Hello,
Hi.
everyone, and welcome to the continuation of our tier lists. These are all of the TV shows slash anime that we watched this year in 2025, plus a bit extra of some stuff from 2024 that we forgot to review last year, either due to just we forgot or that we were still in the middle of at the end of the year.
I would like to point out that it is exactly one thing we have
Yes, it is
forgotten.
one thing, yeah.
Also, anime counts as TV, Matt.
I know, but a lot of people get
We're
annoyed if
not in
you.
the
Going to say
90s.
I know, but a
anything.
lot of people get annoyed.
We're not in the 90s anymore.
And if people are annoyed that we're including anime as a part of TV, then they
Supposed to
can
be
let us
them.
know in chat.
Yep.
They can come here and yell at us at their face. But
Yeah, you are
anyway,
more than welcome to come to twitch.tv/MatthewMSpace if you hate me and write a mean message in chat. It'll be funny. At least you won't be a spammer being like, you should download my art.
Alright.
Ugh.
Anyway, we're starting off with Bocchi the Rock, which is
Yes.
what we watched in 2024. I think it was like midway into the year, and
It was
we
like
just
summer,
completely forgot
maybe?
to add it.
Yeah, I don't
It
know
should
how
be
we missed
noted
it.
that when we're keeping track of all this shit, it falls upon me to keep record of what we've actually done, and then Matt to get pictures for everything. But
Yeah.
Matt sometimes forgets to get the pictures.
Yeah, I sometimes
Or
forget to
get
get
the
the
right
picture, or we forget to record it in our big, massive Google sheet that we have.
Yeah, so here's the other thing is Daniel's the only one of us with any semblance of organization, so
Yes.
as soon as anything leaves his responsibility,
It's not fun for the rest of us. Yeah, it's not fun
well,
for him.
it gets extremely unreliable extremely quickly.
Yeah.
I hate how true that is. But anyway, so
Bocchi
Bocchi
the
the
Rock.
Rock was my recommendation because I had
Mhm.
seen a couple of clips from it, mainly the songs beforehand,
Ooh.
and said, "Hey, this looks like a pretty cool thing. I want to watch this."
The only thing I'd seen of Bocchi beforehand was the meme of her just absolutely just losing it on the floor and just losing her fucking mind. That's it. Just the meme. Nothing to do with the show. Is completely out of context. And I was like, oh, there's the meme when it came up. So I knew nothing.
Well, so why don't you two start, since I am the one.
Go ahead,
that
Greg.
turned
You go
these
first.
shows.
Because you
All
weren't
right.
here last
I
time
liked
for
the
the
show.
reviews.
I liked the show. It was a good show. It was a very, very good. At least for me, based on my experiences as a person who struggles with social cues and stuff.
Hmm.
I found it an excellent representation of that kind of abject terror of did I crash and burn in this interaction? What am I supposed to do?
Hmm.
Have I actually made everybody secretly just want to die by interacting with them? And the journey of overcoming that, because at some point in my life, I think I took a bit of a different approach and basically just sort of gave up for a while on trying to take responsibility for anything that people got out of what I was saying. So this was a very good view into the other side of it, because I'm an extremely awkward extrovert, but I am an extrovert and will eventually power through things and just with it. This was a picture of introversion, but still a desire for connection, and how the main character deals with that was simultaneously very real to me and a little bit eye-opening, I think, because I tend to take for granted, oh yeah, I'm gonna bulldoze through this, and if it doesn't work, you know what, I'll probably live. I'll probably get over it eventually. but seeing a character who is so mortified, so awkward, and kind of naturally quiet to boot, it makes me count my blessings. It recontextualizes a lot of things about how I view social interactions, but it all kind of rang true to me. And we also get into the music aspect of it, in that it is a show about a character who wants to create music, and the other character she meets who also wants to create music. And I like how this whole music thing tends to collect oddballs, because that's kind of something I've noticed in real life too.
Yeah, you have to be a little off kilter to be like, I want to make some music or be in a band.
I'm gonna make music for a living.
Danny be like,
people who not only have the drive to create music, but who are also good at it, kind of have to be wired a little differently.
Yes, it.
Yeah.
So, generally, I feel like this is a very, very well written show, because it feels, on a certain level, it feels true to life. But it also exaggerates some things, and especially with its imagery, it blurs the line between metaphor and literal representation. So it's very, I don't know, it feels like more like poetry than a TV show at times. I'd honestly put this in upper A. Like, it's not a perfect show, and there are times when I think the humor goes a little harder than it needs to. But generally, that's not to any point of major detriment.
I'd agree with you, yeah. As someone who's also been absolutely dog shit at reading social cues for a lot of my life, I feel like this was written by people who also have had issues with just social skills and just not knowing how to talk to people. Like, it feels like it's from a place of like, oh, they know what it's like, you know? More than just like, oh, it's teenagers, whatever, you know, they're awkward because they're teenagers. No, it's like, oh, no, they're actually like, she's just an awkward person who doesn't know how to fuck to interact with people. Like, you know, through arguably not really any fault of her own, that's just how she is. And there's just a lot of people like that, you know? I mean, that's why to be honest, that's like a reason why a lot of people are doing like one of the reasons why VTubers are popular is some people are like, they're, you know, they don't know how to interact like with like their actual like face, or there's like a certain thing they don't want people to know, so they're like, I'm gonna do a bit of anonymity, and they're more social that way. Like, that's a thing. You know, that's not the reason, but it's one of many reasons I've seen people have been VTubers for. So like, it's kind of in a similar vein. But yeah, no, like, I like this show. I liked it quite a bit when we were watching it. I would be down for more whenever the heck it's supposed to come out. I think they're working on more of it, right? Like, that's the last we heard. It's like, it's supposed to come out at some point. I mean, it's anime, so it takes like 3-4 years to come out. Genshin been like 5 years.
Season 4 is in the works, yes.
Nice. Cool. So, no, that'll be good. But yeah, no, I'd also put it in A. What about you, Daniel? What do you think you would rate this as the person who suggested it?
Well, as a person that suggested it, I do think that there are points that can not vibe with people. So I believe one of our other friends, Dennis, did not really vibe with the way the humor was presented when we were first watching it. I don't know if he's come around since then, because apparently he was rewatching it at some point.
A little bit, yeah.
But the humor can be a little off-putting sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think that the story that it does tell about not only just overcoming social anxiety, but also overcoming your kind of inhibitions to realize your dreams for the music is very powerful, especially shown from this character that, for the most part, you just kind of look at them and they're like, "Oh yeah, this person's a mess." But then when push comes to shove, they got the skills to back it up. It's very interesting watching that. I think the animation for Bochi is also fairly top notch too. There's not really a
Absolutely.
lot of issues of like quality drops. The animation is fairly crisp throughout low stakes scenes, and in high stakes scenes they kick it up quite a bit. Flow is great. The music is very good, especially the actual, music tracks.
Oh, yeah, completely forgot about that.
Like the music in Bochi is really good. Even if you don't like the show, I do recommend listening to the band's tracks. There's a lot of good work there. But yeah, I would say upper A. I don't think it's an S tier show.
No.
Or if we are quantifying it as a hypothetical, I would say it's like a low S. But I do think that it is a fairly good watch. That would be easy.
Yeah, it's very good. Like, it's not perfect, but like, no, it's a real good show. I quite enjoyed it. And also, like, the singing is like absolute like S tier. Like whoever, I don't know,
singing, the
like,
instruments. It's very rare to just get such good.
Yeah, sometimes like maybe something will be off, but no, like is it the voice actors that are singing? Like, because I know it's not EN singing, right? If I remember right. It's only in JP, I think.
The voice actors sing it.
I know, but I'm trying to remember if they sung in only Japanese or
I believe the songs are all Japanese.
Okay. Yeah, so
I
yeah.
also don't think,
but like, it doesn't matter.
Bochi
They're
has
all really good, and there's subtitles, so it's fine. But no, it's good. If you guys want something good to watch, that's maybe a little off-putting, depending on how you like your sense of humor, it's good.
I think it's one of those shows that once you get past a certain point, you'll really know if you want to stick with it or not. Kind of like how Madoka is a little iffy until episode 3. I would say give it until episode 4's ending to say if you dislike the show or not.
Agreed. You get through the first 4, because how many are there? There's like, what, 12, 13, something like that?
Yeah,
in that first
12.
season?
It's a little bit more than the average.
Yeah, so get through about a third of it. Like, just give it a shot. It's just the nature of that show demands you give it a bit more of a shot than most shows, where you can, after 3 you'll get it. You kind of need to go to 4. But it's fine. Up next, so it's the Digimon Adventure reboot. So I'm plugging in both season 2 and 3 into this.
See, I was just plugging in the entire thing because I don't quite remember how much we had watched.
I think we I don't know. Actually, I don't remember if we watched season 1 and then jumped straight to season 2 or not. I don't remember.
We did not, but we took a sizable gap. But I don't remember how much is part of season 1 compared.
Yeah. So as someone who's a noted absolute hater on that original 90s show, and I think it's straight up garbage. Nah, this shit real good. Like, at times. Like, sometimes it's absolute peak. Like, Jesus. Sometimes it's peak, and sometimes I'm like, man, if they put a little more work into this, or if it did as good as, like, the last one. Like, there are definitely peaks and valleys with this show. But, like, on the whole, it is actually pretty good. I actually am really enjoying myself most of the time. Sometimes if there's like a filler episode, I'm like, man, I don't give a shit. But sometimes on filler episodes, for some reason, they just go hard. I don't know why. Like, Danny, what was the Digimon that like they went really hard on?
Rebellion Mon.
Yeah, for Rebellion Mon, like they
Mon
went way too hard on that. That animation was insane. Like, that animation was like almost as good as like peak JoJo. Like, holy shit, it was fucking nuts. Like,
there,
they
there
go
were bits of it that
hard.
reminded me of season 1 One Punch Man.
Absolutely, yeah. And specifically only season 1, chat. When they had good animation team on it. But no, like, this show, like, I mean, what would you guys give it? Because, like, obviously we're not the target audience for it. It's more like kids who are, like, 10 to 12. I feel more than the
Or
original
people
show, which
with
was, like, 7
extreme
to 9.
nostalgia for the
Yeah, or people with
original
nostalgia
series.
for the original series. Like, though it is actually pretty good. I am actually, like, I have enjoyed myself with this show. I do not want to just be like, I hate this. Like, I'm actually like, oh, this is actually really good. Like, I'm enjoying myself, which is shocking to me that I'm like, oh, this is good. Like, I don't know. And this is not one of none of us suggested the show. It was our friend Dennis, who sometimes also appears in the stream. He was the one who suggested the show. And he's actually, I think, honestly been surprised that we're actually enjoying it as much as we are. Because, like, he has a lot of nostalgia for the original show. I should have none. And, like, I have notably, like, I couldn't tick him with how much I absolutely dislike the original, but, like, I think it's shocking to him every time I'm like, no, this shit good. Like, yeah, like, I think it's surprising him repeatedly every time I'm like, no, that was a good episode.
So here's the real question, though. Where would you put this?
I mean, like, the problem is the peaks are really peak, but the lows are really low. Honestly, I'd put it, like, mid-B. Like, it's good. It's not great, but, like, it's a fun time. There's nothing really negative about it. There's maybe a couple filler episodes you can, like, skip, and your experience will be better off, though, honestly. But, like, I think it's alright. Like, C is, like, meh. I think it's actually pretty good, which I think goes in the B category. Like, S is perfect, A is great, B is, like, just good. I think it's a very much, like, B and, like, solid B show. Like, not, like, B minus or B plus. Like, it's just B. Like, I'm actually...
I would honestly...
Go?
I'd honestly say it might be a little bit on the lower side of B for me.
Hmm.
Because you're right that the peaks are quite high, but when it has issues, some of those issues are like production-y sorts of things, but some of them are also storytelling issues that I would have expected they'd have learned better.
Yeah.
Like, because this is a reboot of something that I don't know, that ran a good while ago, and we have had plenty of time to look back at it and do a post-mortem and figure out what worked, what didn't. And since there's that context out there, and we've seen places, especially with how they get us to get to know the characters. We see bits where they've clearly learned from the past. It makes the bits where they haven't learned stand out more to me, and I want to hold this show to a higher standard because of that.
Fair.
And it's not quite meeting that standard. I am enjoying it, but I think it should be better than it is.
I do think the show, though, is written by people who watched it as a kid and went, we could do better. And they arguably are doing much better. Like, the amount of times the show would take, like, a full-on fucking, like, minute or two just to do, like, the transformation of, like, into, like, Metal Grandma or whatever. Like, holy shit, that was so slow. And meanwhile, this time, they're like, nah, it's, like, quick, in-your-face action. And it's only, like, it takes that solid minute for very specific moments. Like, it's like, no, this shit's important. It's going to take a second, but you aren't annoyed by it as much. There are times where I'm annoyed by it, where I'm like, okay, that could have been faster. This scenario doesn't necessitate that big long intro. But like, so I am enjoying the fact that like also, like, sometimes the transformations are really like, I'm turning into this thing, and it's just done. It's like, snap your finger, done.
That's how I feel like that's like a major part.
It really is for me, just the fact that the animation doesn't feel like it takes 8 minutes to load. It's like looking at Hoyoverse's shit in like early Genshin to like Zenless progression, you know?
I guess.
Like, it's like, oh, you actually animated this properly. Good job. But
yeah.
I mean, what do you think, Daniel? Like, where would you put this? Would you put it in
So
B or C?
I have significantly lower opinions of the show than both of you do. Mainly because from a storytelling aspect, the show has no real consistency to me. So I was thinking about this at some point beforehand, so I could do it during the end of year review.
Hmm.
I like to think of shows as having this kind of slope and valley progression to how you do conflict, right?
Mm-hmm.
So usually there'll be minor slopes to show, hey, the stakes are rising. When it stops, the stakes lowered into a valley. You have like a little breather. Then they rise again, fall again, rise again, fall again. With the interval or the height of the hill and valley, well, probably the hill mostly, getting higher and higher the further in you go to show that stakes are getting more and more severe for the characters, right?
Yeah.
And then, sometimes there will be shows where those smaller stakes are also superseded by a larger hill in the background that basically describes the entire show's narrative stakes. So, like, Last Exile has has a lot of small stake hills on top of a large stake hill of, oh yeah, what are we gonna do about X, Y, and Z?
Hmm.
My problem with Digimon Adventure is that this time they front loaded all of the stakes in the earlier parts of the season. So season 1 and season 2 were like back to back. Oh yeah, the end of the world is coming. We need to do something now. We got to do it now. And it's just like basically a giant plateau of stakes without any kind of leeway in between, which then after you resolve, I think it was like season 2 stuff of the not Devimon, this thing after Devimon. But
Although Devimon did feel like a bit of a jobber.
Yeah.
yes, Devimon, like your big boss of the original, or at least the original first season of the original anime, just got bodied in like 2 episodes. But I'm more saying, like, with all the real world stuff, right? When everything would go to shit, it would just be chain after chain of, oh yeah, we solved the problem. Now it's a new problem. Now it's a new problem. Now it's a new problem.
Right.
And it just felt like there was no way that this should realistically happen and they'd be able to save the day across all of them because there's no time interval between the stakes to be like, okay, we have breathe. Now we are back to full power, even momentarily, so that we can go knock on this problem. It also
Right.
doesn't help that it keeps getting brought up a bunch, so it's like, oh, hey, the stake is here, the stake is here, the stake is here, the stake is here, and it's just like getting shoved in your face a bunch.
Yeah.
But then we reach the Millenniumon arc, and then you have the exact opposite problem of, okay, all the human world stuff is gone, and we have the harbinger of the end times, but hey, now we're all chill. Now we can just kind of adventure around and do whatever the fuck we want. Like,
You raise an excellent point. That is weird.
Yeah, it undermines the stakes of the greater narrative, because now it's like, okay, well, this thing that's literally threatening the entire Digimon world is apparently less of a problem for you to solve than a nuke blowing up a city. Which, I mean,
True.
fair enough on that. It's your home city, you want to prevent that. But the entire digital world is at stake if this thing wakes up.
Yeah.
And we're just kind of like chilling along on our adventure to meander towards it, I guess.
Hmm.
Like, we get distracted a lot on that adventure too, to try and get there, which is fun. And then you have the latest arc too. So now the giant big bad has been defeated by the power of friendship and this random power up we found. And now oh no, it's revealed that there's an even bigger bad that's also capable of destroying the entire digital world or something. And nope, we're back to meandering and just picking up power ups because surely those will be useful,
Yeah.
I think. And it's like everybody just goes out of their way to make it feel like nobody cares about the world ending threat comparative to the threats before. And it just jars me, or is jarring to me from a narrative standpoint.
Mm.
What I would have done if it were me is have an occasion, or actually, I don't think that the way they did it before is that bad about, like having all the things going wrong in the real world. Maybe escalate the stakes a little bit slower so it's not, oh shit, the world or the town slash world is gonna end or go into a world war if we don't stop this. Like, go a little slower, like, oh shit, there's a building with people in it that might trap them all to death, or this train might crash, which I think they did at the beginning too. But like, escalate it slower. Then, while they're fixing the problems of the real world, they find out about Devimon, and then that's their next priority. Because they were directionless trying to figure out what the problem is, and then they go directly to the problem, solve that problem. Then they have a break to get power ups and explore the world and meet more Digimon. And then somewhere along the line, then they find out about Millenniumon's resurrection because there's a lot of weird shit going on. So now they all come back together and go towards Millenniumon, solve that problem. Then you have another break period. Somebody figures out that, oh shit, there's the Great Disaster again. And then by that point, you'll at least have established that people are kind of getting their power-ups or their final power-ups, because some of the kids are like, oh, hey, I found this tablet where I am. Oh, my Digimon got its final evolution, and now I got a funny light on my Digi device. And then you escalate the confrontation there. But like, just front loading everything and front loading the realization of the problem and then kind of ignoring the problem just doesn't feel right to me. And that's just the narrative side of things too. Animation, as Greg kind of alluded to, varies wildly depending on the episode. And the problem is that if it was that each episode got animation levels based on how relevant the episode was, I would be fine with that. Like, let's say you save all your good animation budget for the boss fights, like Millenniumon. I have peeked ahead a little bit, so I think it was Negamon, Devimon. But no, that's not how it works. It's just that random episodes get higher budget for some reason than others.
Rebellion is the most important character. That's what it is.
Rebellion got the highest artistic and animation budget out of all the episodes that we've seen. It was just a random spin-off episode that didn't really amount to anything.
Yeah.
Especially given that the pre-evolution Ogremon, I think, was very much not as relevant this time around. So it's like very odd that we're getting this much fidelity for that. Like, it's better than the freaking final boss fights. How the hell does that work?
You got me there.
Yeah, there's also a lot of well, I can complain about reused assets every day.
Oh yeah.
Like, we've probably gone over it by this point. There's a lot of places where there's stills with minor shifts to denote animation as opposed to like an actual follow through of something. I'm not really saying that I expect the entire show to be high quality, but I do expect it to at least be middle quality or middle low at best. Sometimes the show just dips into loads of we barely look like we got enough sleep to draw a straight line.
Considering it's anime,
Sometimes.
that might be the case.
I mean, you're not wrong. But yeah, like Matt said, it has some good highs, but it's marked by a lot more lows, in my opinion.
Maybe
I
I
would
would go ahead. Sorry.
I would probably personally put it in low C.
Maybe I'm more positive about it because I came in with extremely low expectations. Like maybe that's why I'm more positive about it, is because I was like, I hate this shit, and now I'm like, you know what, this is actually not bad. Maybe I want to try the video game. Because I heard the game actually that came out this year was straight up better than Pokemon.
Well, I mean, that's a
low bar, but it's kind of hilarious that the competitor has a better game.
I mean, honestly, good for them. I need more things to make Pokemon better, damn it.
Absolutely.
Give me another Colosseum. Get back Genius Society. They knew what they were doing. But anyway, back to the point. I can be argued for like a mid to high C, given that you guys were giving B ranks and Greg was talking about high C.
Well, you've argued me down to a mid to high C.
Okay, well, we'll put it in C. We'll put it high C then.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's fair. Like, I have liked it a lot, but, like, I get your points are all extremely valid because, like, my god. Holy shit, chat, the peaks are fucking peak.
Yeah,
Jesus.
peaks I would actually say are in mid to high A.
Yes.
But the lows fall.
The lows are very
F.
much D to F tier.
Yeah.
But there is much more positive than negative with this show. Like, it's a high C for a reason. It's not straight up terrible, but, like, I mean, it's not great. I mean, it's also for children, so, you know, fair. But this feels like it's more aged towards any demographic, kind of like how Pixar is, more than, like, straight up 5-year-olds with the original show. Because the original show, they were trying to get off the ground, they were trying to compete with Pokemon, they were trying to get all this shit working, and now the franchise has existed for like 25, 30 years almost, I bet. You know, they don't really need to establish themselves these days. They can kind of just do their own thing. Like, they should just reboot again. Like, you know, how often do you see a kid's property straight up just do a reboot? Like, not very often. And how often does that reboot typically work?
I hate to break it to you, Matt, but I'm pretty sure that's becoming more and more common.
Well, it's because people are nostalgic now for the 2000s, so it's time to milk 90s nostalgia. Or 90s and 2000s nostalgia. It's our turn, Daniel. That's why they're making Halo CE remake. That's why there's been straight up rumors again and again and again for a COD 4 through Black Ops 2, like, collection. Like,
that's why
it's time to mine the 2000s nostalgia. They mined 80s nostalgia a decade ago. They mined 90s nostalgia in, like, 2018, 2019 till that fell off a cliff immediately. Now it's 2000s nostalgia because the Xbox 360 is now 20 years old. So it's time for us who grew up with that shit to get nostalgia mined. Because hell, the Wii is 20 next year.
It's time for us old codgers to feel old.
Yes, it's time for us nearly 30-year-old men to get nostalgia pandered to, just like my dad got nostalgia pandered to about the 60s and the 90s, because he watched that 70s show in the 90s. Which is hilarious when you consider the fact that that show today would be just the 2000s. So it'd just basically be The Office again. Which is a thing that NBC is doing on Peacock anyway. They made another Office show. But it's set in the, 2025. And apparently it's mid as shit. But,
I'm not surprised.
I mean, it's hard to recapture nostalgia. It's hard to recapture. It's shit. Like, there's stuff that only works a certain time.
It's hard to recapture The Office, because...
The Office is incredibly unique. And, like, I mean, they did it once. They brought it from the British to the US, and the American one is the one that's much more popular even in the UK. Like, But, up next is, Greg said the full title of JoJo's, like, second arc that we watched, the one in the 30s.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Battle Tendency.
Yes, so we watched this show, and so for context, we did watch the original one, which was Greg?
Phantom Blood.
Yeah, so we watched Phantom Blood, and we were all like, I mean, it's okay, it's fine, it's not great, it's not really terrible, it's just like okay. To like not
I mean,
so
it has some very, very notable issues.
Yeah. This one though is a big step up. My god. The animation
I'll let
quality's
you-
better, the writing is better, the character interactions are more fun. There's more they can do now with settings because it's not in one like village and also like one neighborhood in London. Like there's actual shit they can do and move around the world, which is cool. Like they're expanding on the lore of this world. Music's even better. Like I quite enjoyed this. Daniel, did you watch this one or
He
did you
did
opt
not.
out? Yeah, you opted out because you
I
just
was
were on
gonna
Twitch.
say, you guys handle the next.
Yeah. As someone who had not seen this and hadn't seen anything on JoJo's except for oh ho ho, you're approaching me as a meme. No, this is good. Like you even feel like it is set in the 30s, which means there's evil Germans that are really evil because it's Germany in 1936 or whatever, peak of bad Germany. Arguably, like in terms of like how much power they had in Germany at the moment before the war, but like you actually feel bad for them, and I'm like, why am I feeling bad for the like angry German from the 1930s? Why am I feeling bad for him? This isn't right, and that's how you know that there's good writing.
They make you empathize
Yeah.
with people that you don't want to empathize
No, like they're despicable motherfuckers, but you're like, damn.
with. They get you to respect characters who you think that you could never possibly respect.
Yeah.
They build connections with not just characters who you dislike for real world context reasons, but also some of the villains of this arc are sympathetic for no reason other than because of how well they're presented.
Yes.
Not because they have a tragic backstory or
No, they're just
anything
evil
like
pricks.
that. Just because the way that their characterization is formulated kind of resonates better than the frequently very flat two-dimensional sort of characterizations we got in the first part. The exception to this, unfortunately, is the final boss.
Hmm.
Cars as a
Yeah.
big bad is, well, his power set is really interesting to observe because he's creative with it. He's, especially as he gets his power up and he's seeing what the heck he can do.
Yeah.
But a lot of his characterization just feels kind of weirdly disjointed.
I would agree with that.
And I don't think he does justice to the arc as a whole. It's to the point where I think literally any of the other Pillarmen would have been a better final boss.
Yeah. I like the Pillarmen, but like,
yeah, it's not
Cars is rough.
It's not just Cars being lackluster. It's that the other ones are actually well written. They have personalities. They have screws loose in strategically placed ways that make it so you can kind of figure out what makes them tick, and you can figure out which bits of them you can respect versus which bits of them you want to shove down the trash
Yeah,
chute.
it's the common
because-
it's the common problem of the subordinates are more interesting than the master.
Yeah, it's Cars is he's not awful.
No.
He's just surrounded by better options.
Yeah. Like,
On the other
I mean, what are you
hand,
gonna do? Oh,
our JoJo is great.
oh God, yeah, so much better. Like, he actually has like more of a personality other than this one thing. Like, he actually is like, oh, you're an evil person. Well, I'm just gonna destroy you because nah, good people are good people, and you're not good
Well-
people. Like, it's great.
So the thing about Joseph is he brings a certain level of intellect to the party, which means that
Mhm.
in order for his story to be believable, there has to be a certain amount of intellect applied to how the story is fit together and written.
Yes.
Because, like, there's a certain amount of assholes you can get away with in part 1 just because
It's part one.
it's clear that that Jonathan is both out of his depth and too hot-blooded to think about certain things critically.
He's not the
So-
smartest guy in the room. There's clearly
yeah,
other people
like-
that are more smart than him.
Yeah,
He survives
has-
by a lot of like luck more than
Yeah,
anything.
Jonathan. The thing about Jonathan, he has good information in his brain. He's not always going to make the best use of it, and a lot of the the circumstances, power sets, what have you, come down to playing off of his tendencies to not make the sensible decision, but more make the sort of shonen protagonist decision.
Yes. Yeah.
For Joseph, he's also got a bit of a temper to him. He can get really, really intensely consumed by his emotions, but even then, he still keeps his wits about him. He's very strategic. He thinks about a lot more variables at any given time than Jonathan does, which means that the storytelling has to also keep track of those variables. The storytelling has to be more logical, more methodically fleshed out, and that forces Part 2 to reach a higher standard for its internal consistency, for its logic. There are far fewer moments, I won't say there are no moments, that feel like assholes, because where else was he storing that Tommy gun? But,
Yeah. I mean, it is an anime / manga, so there will be some ass pulls, but
well,
they're very few and far between.
so there is a frame in the manga that came shortly before the Tommy gun scene that accentuated his upper legs area enough that I am of the sincere opinion he literally pulled that Tommy gun out of his ass.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, no, I quite enjoyed this. This was a big step up from Arc 1. Like, you can tell that they learned their lessons. Like, okay, what didn't work? What did people not like about it? And they're like, okay, well, let's use that feedback and think about it and improve. Like, Greg, what was the gap for release between Arc 1 and Arc 2? For the anime.
So
Was it like a year, 2 years, 3
for,
years?
so for the anime, they actually went through it in a straight line. Like,
Oh.
that was continuous.
Oh, like they were just straight up
So-
they kept going. There wasn't
yeah,
like a year
so-
gap or something.
So they didn't put a gap.
Oh.
This isn't reflective of the anime getting better so much as it is reflective of the source material getting better,
So it's the manga.
and a lot of the attention that Battle Tendency got that Phantom Blood didn't in terms of production and quality, I think can be attributed to the fact that people generally like Battle Tendency better, and that extends to the enthusiasm that the team brought to the table.
Yes.
So it gave us just flat out, uniformly a better result. Also, I do think that Joseph is a much more relatable protagonist because he's morally complicated in a way that real people are morally complicated.
Yeah.
He's also very frequently just done with the shit that's around him in a way that you have to imagine with how ridiculous some of the stuff is that's happening. If you were in this situation, you'd be kind of fed up with it too.
Yeah.
Like Jonathan gamely takes on whatever you throw at him. And
Yeah.
it's
Pretty
it's
admirable.
character consistent, but it's really, really hard to place yourself in his shoes because he's a little too goody two shoes.
Yeah.
He plays it a little too straight.
Yeah, here he's actually like much more of a character and has actually a personality. Where would you put this, Greg? Would you put it in? Where would you put it? I'd say.
I'd say low A.
Me too. I would also agree that it's low A. It's good. There's just a couple of like minor things that prevent it from being like top tier, but it's very good. Like if you want, could people like actually straight up skip the initial arc, Greg? Is that a thing they can do?
They could conceivably.
Like if they really are just like, this is bad.
Battle Tendency does give some amount of context, just through in-universe exposition.
Right.
I do think that for the full experience, for people who are really in for like experiencing everything in context, Phantom Blood, just because of how short it is,
yeah, the
isn't
best
too
thing about it
much
is that
of a
it's
slog.
short.
Yeah, but like it went from one of my least favorite arcs to one of my favorite arcs, like back to back. So,
yeah. Well,
for me, that turnaround was more than worth it.
yeah. So up next, Greg, what is the third arc called?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure: Stardust Crusaders.
Stardust Crusaders is fucking peak, man. It's fucking peak. It's so good. Like it's a direct follow-up to both the initial like arc 1, it's a follow-up to arc 2 because you still have Mr. Joestar there as like the elder statesman who's like more level-headed but also sometimes still a fucking idiot because he's still like the character writing is consistent that he will do dumb shit sometimes because it's just like, no, I'm gonna do it. The side characters are all really interesting. Like the group feels much more of like a group. Animations, again, a step up in quality. Music, a step up in quality. The villain is like much better written than before. The side villains are kind of fun. Not all of them are winners. Like, not all of them are winners, but like the large majority of them are good. The stakes are like personal yet also extremely high, so that's good. The powers, very fun extension. Like everyone has like a unique ability. Like they're either just like able to just punch the shit out of things, they're really good at sword fighting, or like they can do like mind manipulation, or they can do like some other manipulation. Like they're all really good with their stands. And like it's interesting, like more new stuff. Like I quite like it. It's very good. I like a lot more. And then like towards the end is like, man, this is the last time I'm seeing a lot of these characters because there's gonna be a new story soon and also other reasons. But like, it's really good. Like I don't know. I mean, what would you think was a bad episode, Greg, of this arc? I'm trying to think of one that we were like mid on.
You don't want to ask me this because this is actually an arc that I do not like.
Really? Huh.
Like, there are some bits of this arc that I think are well done. Like, seeing the result of Dio's, assume, a journey of self-discovery from the bottom of the ocean to acquiring his stand and learning what he can do. That's pretty cool. Because it takes a character who I think was rather poorly written in his previous capacity as an antagonist, and basically says, okay, take two, let's see what we can do with him now. And a lot of his writing has learned from the mistakes of Phantom Blood.
Yeah.
There are also some very interesting powers and some interesting settings and a lot of interesting characters. And I do think that the characters we see a lot of are well written and consistent.
Yes.
However, I did find that a lot of the opponents were very villain of the week, and the ones that were chosen to return were not necessarily the better ones. I also do think that since the show seems to be trying to take itself somewhat seriously and play at least certain aspects straight, that it should hold itself to a higher degree of consistency than it does. A lot of the powers and just how stuff works varies in ways that can't be explained by just the characters themselves not fully understanding how things work. Right? Like, my biggest example is we got to see Jotaro and Dio flying around at the end, and there is no good in-universe explanation for any of that. The author literally, when asked about it, just cited the rule of cool.
Yeah.
And okay, fair. That was pretty cool. But with how tactical they were being about working out one another's power sets, it really did not fit the way that the storytelling purported to be handling itself.
Right.
It sacrificed, I think, the integrity of the spirit of the battle for Spectre. And this is something that I probably would have been able to look past a little bit more if it had happened mid-arc, but no, this is our final battle, folks. This is how we're finishing off this arc. This is how we're going to be remembering this arc. Then, past that, it's not really clear even how Jotaro beat Dio. Like, what's the mechanism by which Dio was actually defeated? How did the world just shatter like that? Is it just, like Jotaro says, because Dio pissed him off? Is that it? That doesn't answer anything. That doesn't explain anything, dang it. But beyond that, I also think that certain aspects of parts 1 and 2 are a little bit cheapened just by how much Hamon fell off as a power. Because for all that, it does make sense that yes, Joseph, the self-proclaimed lazy man, did slack off in the decades-long absence of threats. Hamon could have been significantly more relevant than just basically stalling Dio for time, and a couple of minor incidents in the first half of this part. A lot of the world building feels shakier because of that. World building also feels shakier because of a couple of plot holes in how Dio survived, how this is connected to the previous parts. It's at points it feels a little too ambitious, like it bit off more than it could chew, and kind of had to tie itself back together because it was bursting at the seams, having bit off something larger than itself. This metaphor is overstated.
Yeah.
But I think my biggest issue with this part is that I just don't like Jotaro as a protagonist. He's not interesting to watch outside of action scenes. And even in action scenes, a lot of them are just Star Platinum punching things repeatedly, while Jotaro stands there looking stoic and his coat flaps around. Like, he's got a tight enough lock on his emotions that without access to his internal monologue, a lot of the time he's just kind of there. Of course, it does make it more impactful when an enemy does get him to show shock or frustration or concern. And it makes any aspect of sorrow hit that much harder. But most of the time that he's on screen, I just don't really find myself caring. Like, he could be there or not be there, and it doesn't feel like it would make a difference for a solid 70% of his screen time to me. That's not a place you want to be with your protagonist, especially for an arc as long as this one and as packed with characters as this one.
Yeah. I don't know. I really fucking enjoyed this. I think this is like the best one yet. I really enjoyed this. Like,
Well,
as someone who's
wanna-
new to JoJo and has never read the manga and also just generally doesn't read crap, like, no, this is real good. Good. This is good, man. This is good.
Where are you guys gonna put it?
Well-
Take an average.
I'd put it right under the Digimon Adventure reboot.
Ooh, really? Nah. For me, it's like S tier for me.
Cut the difference. High B, low A.
I'm down for. That's so painful. All right.
Well, it's hard for me to put it in A, even as a compromise.
Okay, then let's put it in B then to satisfy you. But like, nah, chat. For me, this is a fuck this.
Also, I'd like to point out it's been an hour and we've talked about 4 shows.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. Yeah, I've already
We might
Yeah,
need
Daniel,
to do
I've already
this over
gone through
multiple
like
sessions.
one round of a song, and Sweet Mystery Galaxy's at 28 minutes out of 29. Like, so we're about to go through 2 songs, and I have like, I don't know,
We gotta
Six.
laugh, or we gotta yap slightly less.
Yeah, okay, so Journeyman. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know what the hell this show is, because I'm assuming no one knows what the fuck this show is, this is a sort of time travel mystery-esque show from 2007 on NBC. It was canceled halfway through because of the writer's strike that happened back then, and they were like, well, it wasn't getting much viewers anyway. Let's just can it. My dad and I were pissed. I was like, hey guys, let's watch the show. I really enjoyed it. Oh man. Nostalgia is a great thing and a terrible thing. You guys, what do you think? Greg, you left.
We both did.
Oh yeah, you both left, yeah. This show is, oh man. Like, I like some of this, like, I have nostalgia for this, but like, man, the concept is better than the show. If someone was more competent, they could have made a better show.
Yeah.
I'm down to throw this in fuck D.
Yeah, I honestly,
Woof.
I really wanted to enjoy it because the concept was intriguing to me. But I didn't like the characters, I didn't like the way they were written, I didn't like any of the dialogue really. A lot of the direction was extremely questionable, like why are you emphasizing this syllable? Why are you looking this way? Why are we having this conversation? Who talks like this?
Apparently the writers did in 2007 when they wrote this shit.
I don't believe you.
I don't know. But if anyone... Yeah, so... The guy has an American accent in the show, but if anyone wants to know something funny, Dennis brought to my attention that the main lead actor, the guy on the poster here, the white dude, played Soap. He's Soap in the original Modern Warfare trilogy, in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. What the fuck, man? That broke my mind. Like, I googled... Like, I looked it up later. I'm like, oh, what does he sound like in his normal accent? And I found a video. I'm like, oh, that's just straight up Soap. That is just Soap. He is Soap. Like, it's hilarious to me. Like, the American accent's really, really good that he does. Like, he's also on, I think, like, ER or some other show that was also around at this era. And, like, nah, damn, he's just, like, holy shit. It's weird now knowing that I was watching Soap before he was even probably cast as Soap. Because this came out, chat, like, this started, like, a few months before COD 4. So, like, obviously they didn't have a voice actor for him because they were still cleaning up COD 4. So that's really funny in retrospect, that that's just straight up Soap, but with an American accent. This is Soap when he gets drunk with the boys and tries to do an American accent. Right? Like, he's getting drunk with Price and the boys, and they have and they're just like, oh, I can sound American like you. And then, you know, that. Like, they're trying to imitate the Demon Dogs or whatever the fuck from the American campaign. Trying to imitate Shepard. But, yeah. Straight up D tier.
Yeah,
that's
completely
for disappointing.
Off, Matt, for
What?
that tangent.
Well, it's okay because I don't have a lot of actual input. As a definitely did not finish. I was not there for very long. It's like just the entire presentation of the thing. It felt extremely uncanny to me, and my sense of how humans human.
Would you say that Bochi felt more human?
Significantly, yes. Bochi felt extremely human.
Well,
Yeah.
Like,
now you're
Bochi
afraid.
felt-
When Bochi's spazzing out.
That was one of the most relatable things I have ever seen in media. Like this, that was uncanny for how accurate it felt. This was uncanny for how
Accurate.
how just askew everything felt. Like if an alien decided, okay, this species is interesting. I don't understand anything about them, but I will try my darndest to create one of their television shows.
That's...
Oh, man. Yeah.
I mostly second Greg. For the most part. Like, it seemed like it had good ideas, but the execution definitely did not do it justice. Especially given that or at least for the parts that I was seeing, they kept rebounding like the argument with the wife, like of just, oh yeah, where are you going? Why is your time travel messing up our daily life? And he's just like, I can't control my time travel. What are you talking about? And like just everybody getting on on dude's case. I was just like, so I think D is fine. Last Exile is next. Last Exile is one of my shows. It is actually one of the first anime that I recognized as an anime as a not kid but younger teenager. So it means a lot to me. But what did you guys think of it?
I liked it. It was definitely not like one of my favorite shows of all time, but it was pretty solid. I think it raised some interesting thoughts, and I found the world that they built and showed us absolutely fascinating. The characters were pretty good. I do think it tried to do too much in too many different directions and felt a little bit scattered and unfocused at points. But as a whole, positive impressions.
Okay. Matt, what about you?
No, I like the show. It was, I was like intrigued by the premise. I'm like, okay, so this is what we're kind of doing here. Like, it's a show that established itself early on. It's animation, like, I mean, it is dated for now, but like, it still really holds up well anytime they're not trying to do something in 3D. Like, man, with year 3, sometimes you can tell that this was made like 2000. What year is it? Like 04 or something like that, Daniel?
03.
03, 04, yeah. Like, you can tell that like it is still a little early to try to do the 3D animation. But it's a good attempt, Like, it looks okay for 03, 04. I like most of the characters. They're kind of fun, There's a lot to this world. There's a lot of lore. I think it goes a bit off the rails a bit, like, towards the middle to the end. I'm like, oh, okay, I thought we were gonna do, like, this thing, but we're gonna go over here, I was like, oh, we're gonna keep doing, like, these kind of adventures, or maybe this is gonna be... this is the first season is just, like, going to be, like, I don't know, 12 episodes like anime usually is, and it'll end with them, like, getting to the end of that journey, and then they'll, like, do another thing next season. No, it's just straight up, like, 24 episodes of, like, this one plot line, which is, like, great, because I barely ever see anime do that. Last more than, like, 10, 12 episodes. But, like, I don't know, towards, like, the middle, it kind of drags, like, a bit. Like, it drags a bit. It's not enough to make me put off the show, but, like, there were times, like, at the beginning, I was like, oh, I'm fully invested. And, like, sometimes in the middle part, I was like, what's on my phone? Like, I was like, okay, nothing's really happening. This is just, like, the same shit, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I filler. I guess filler is filler. No matter what year it's from, it's still filler. Content's great, but...
I don't disagree with that. The middle of Last Exile is probably the worst part of it.
Yeah. Like, I like more some of the characters, but...
Yeah, but unfortunately, the thing is that they use so much of the middle space for just random shit that they don't use it to forward some of the stuff that happens in the end game, so a lot of that just comes off.
Oh, it's so it's so loaded, like, backloaded.
Yeah, it's like they could have used that time better, like spreading the time out in different ways, getting rid of the damn romance subplots. God damn.
Did not need that.
Those are the worst things.
Those are so bad.
Like,
the romance subplots should have been their own show. separate spin-off for those who are interested.
It should have been
Yes.
a romantic comedy, so we can
Yeah.
all barf at it.
It was
But
so
anyway, I do like what they do with some of the bigger picture stuff, as was previously said, and the ship designs, while dated in terms of animation, do look pretty nice.
bad. Oh, the actual like designs when they're 2D are great.
Yeah,
It's the 3D
But,
that's rough because it's 2003, 2004.
right.
There's like,
I'm fine with saying like low B-ish. What do you guys think?
I'm okay with that. Yeah, like it's a solid show, but it's not like really great or amazing. It's just a
It's
good.
definitely somewhere in B.
Yeah, it's a B show.
Okay, B and a B. Or
Yeah.
was JoJo? Yeah.
It's
Or what's
pretty-
JoJo's?
I would-
No, we'll do it like.
I'm gonna put it here for now because I like JoJo's
It's
better.
Okay, SpongeBob
JoJo season 2. So season 2 aired in like 2001. We watched this again because, like we said, 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s nostalgia is big. And I was like, we came off of what was it like? What show were we watching before this as my show? It might have been like,
I think it was one of the Transformers ones.
yeah, it was either Danny's Transformers show or maybe we came off like The Boys. I'm like, you know what? Now we're done with that at the end of the year. Yeah, we're going to something that's actually like not like make your head explode because you're like annoyed. Like, let's watch SpongeBob.
Oh yeah, so I have the list. You want me to read out all the ones that happened?
The
With this
episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we had Your Shoes Untied, Squid's Day Off, Something Smells, Bossy Boots, Big Pink Loser, Bubble Buddy, Dying for Pie, Imitation Crabs, Wormy, Patty Hype, Grandma's Kisses, Squidville, Pre-Hibernation Week, Life of Crime, Christmas Who, Survival of the Idiots, Dumped, No Free Rides, I'm Your Biggest Fanatic, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 3, Squirrel Jokes, Pressure, The Smoking Peanut, Shanghai, Gary Takes a Bath, Welcome to the Chum Bucket, Frankendoodle, The Secret Box, Van Geeks, Graveyard Shift, Krusty Love, Procrastination, I'm with Stupid, Sailor Mouth, Artist Unknown, Jellyfish Hunter, The Fry Cook Games, Squid on Strike, and Sandy, SpongeBob, and the Worm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say it straight up, chat. Shanghai and Gary Takes a Bath are probably the most viewed episodes of SpongeBob ever in my life because they were the first two that were played on a DVD that my brother and I had back in the day that we would always bring with us on vacation to see our family on like a 5-hour flight with a portable DVD player and a splitter for 2 headphones. Like, we had a, great, the splitter, you'd plug it in one, it'd be an obnoxiously thick cable for no reason, and then you'd plug in 2 headphones into it. Like, we would always watch that, and that was always the first 2 we watched, because it was the first on the DVD. And, like, we watched it because it's always, like, they're always funny. Like, Shanghai is, like, one of the best comedic moments, which is the perfume department. And my brother and I were always, like, trying not to laugh really hard on a plane and annoy adults, Because it's just so funny and random. Like, it's dumb. Like, no, like, there's some great episodes in here. Like, my god, one absolute list of just great episodes.
Yeah, this is like probably one of the highlights of SpongeBob out there. I think that it goes in this.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, like, Squid's Day Off is just Squidward losing his fucking mind. Bossy Boots is Pearl's there. Big Pink Loser is Patrick just being like, "Well, you keep winning awards. I want an award." Dying for Pie is the fantastic Squidward SpongeBob episode that isn't annoying. Where Squidward's like dealing with SpongeBob because he just is like, "You're gonna die, but I want you to have like a great last day." Like,
honestly, the only one that I struggle to remember something from is the Mermaid Man one.
Which one?
And I can't. Iron Man and Barnacle Boy 3, and I can't remember if that was the one with Man Ray.
That's Man Ray. It's the Man Ray one. It's the Man Ray one.
Okay, then I do remember
Goated.
stuff from that even.
Goated.
Like it says a lot that you can remember at least something from each episode.
Yeah.
Just from the name alone. Be like, yeah, I remember what happened there.
Yeah, like Squid on Strike, I think is arguably partially responsible for millennials and Gen Z being like, "Fuck this shit" in the 2020s. Because we're all like, "Oh, hey, a strike. Let's go on strike," like Squidward did. Let's unionize. Like, I think that's partially responsible for that, is people subconsciously remember that episode of Squidward being pissed at working for Krabs. I would partially blame that one for the agitation in millennials and Gen Z and Gen Alpha.
Right.
Or like younger millennials like us. Oh man.
But yeah, like it's
so fucking funny, yeah. Oh,
Alright,
it's great.
Doctor Who is next, which means actually I'm gonna be silent for the next couple. I think.
Is this season
It's
3
also
or
good for stuff.
4, Greg, of the modern era? Or which season is this?
3.
Is this season 10 or 11? I guess.
Wait, I'm sorry. What is it? Season 3, 4, 10, or 11?
Well, because the problem is, like, Doctor Who has, like, its original, like, it has the problem of, like, its original, like, show. Like, I can't figure out which season it is because they, like, did a reboot, so I can't entirely figure out which one it is. Like, it's kind of confusing. Like, I'm trying to figure out which season. Like, which season is it of the modern era, Greg? I'm trying to figure out I'm trying to get the list of the episodes that are here. In this season.
I think this one is season 3.
Okay. Yeah, okay, it's 2007, so this has... Let's see, the episodes in here... Give me
Yeah,
the
okay, that is
episodes.
season 3.
Yeah, I googled. So this one has The Runaway Bride, which is Donna and her wedding, and then that. Then we have Smith and Jones, where we meet Martha. We have the Shakespeare Code, where we go to Shakespeare and deal with, like, quote-unquote witches. We have Gridlock, which is the New Earth, where it's in the Undercity. We have the Dogs of Manhattan in the 30s, which is a good one. We have the sequel to that one, which is Evolution of the Daleks. Then we have the Lazarus Experiment, the manipulation thing. We have that. We have 42, which is the... Which one is this? Is this the one from... Oh yeah, this is the one where they take the stars, like evil or whatever. We have Human Nature, which is the we go to 1913 and they like brainwash the Doctor into thinking that he's like just a normal person living at the time. And
Well, the Doctor brainwashed himself.
Yeah, we have the other one to that one too. We have the Doctor and Martha it's the Weeping Angels one where it's like people are watching the recording of this, which is, you know, that one where it's like where the wibbly wobbly timey wimey like on a tiny screen meme comes from. We have Utopia, which is the we're going to the end of the universe and to the last planet, which then spawns the Master, and then we have the 2 season finales that are both like the Master, and then and we have all those, and then we have the Infinite Quest, which is we have to unlock the Infinite. So this season, I mean, like is this the full-on first season of the 10th Doctor, Greg, or is that the one before series 2?
The one before it is the first
Yeah,
season.
so this is the first. This is like the one. Yeah, this is the second season with David Tennant, second full-time season. You can tell the writing's getting better, man. You can tell the writing is much better. You can tell that Tennant is more used to the role now. You can tell that like they have a stronger sense of the companions in the modern era. The villains are usually more interesting for the most part. Like, you know, the CGI is getting better because it's 2007 now. Like, you know, it's just like the episodes that are like extensions of each other, like the Daleks one or the one at the end with like the Master. Fantastic episodes, really good stuff. This series I think is really good, man. I really enjoyed this one. Like, this is really good. I was a big fan of this. Greg, what are your thoughts on this season of Doctor Who?
I also quite liked it. I
Mhm.
think Martha is a very good companion for all that she brings to the table as
Yes.
a person who actually intends to pursue medicine,
Mm.
who has big expectations about being able to make a difference for people, and
Right.
she sees those expectations change as for how she's going to make a difference the more time she spends with a dude called the Doctor.
Yeah.
And it's deeply ironic that for all that she's following a doctor around, she's being pulled away from medicine and into a sort of a more broad heroic role.
Yeah.
I also think that Martha has she has a fun personality. She's she's the kind of character who I kind of wish were a real person, because I'd enjoy hanging with this
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, the relationships were very believable in this season. Like, it's really good. And, like, you're coming also off the Doctor's, like, absolute depression. Which has made him just a bit more rageful.
Oh yeah, also there's a lot of things that this season set up. And it's very interesting seeing. Well, okay, trying to rate this season on its own, mind you, but it is worthy of note that a lot of the developments in this season are significant to the next few.
Yes. It's all very establishing itself as like, this is important, pay attention. Without being annoying in that way that some shows are.
It's also learning a bit more about when to be subtle and when to be
Just tell you.
in your face about
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, the writing's much more consistent. I mean, where would you put this one, Greg? Where would you put season 3?
I would put it in lower A.
Me too.
Like it's definitely a step up from the previous 2 seasons, just because of how much the show has found its footing. But sometimes sometimes the narrative seems to be stretching itself a little too hard, especially for the format that they have, where most of the plot is like, for a particular story thread, the plot's going to be contained within 1 or 2 episodes. Some of the plot beats seem to be straining at the leash a little bit with that.
Yeah. But no, overall, it's very good. If you've been watching since like the first season of the reboot, it's keep going, man. Get here. Like make it to David Tennant, and you'll be good to go.
Mhm.
Like, oh, it's so hard to like, because here's the thing, chat. I'm coming in as a reminder, like for anyone who didn't see our reviews last year. I'm coming in as someone who had never seen Doctor Who before, and I hadn't made it this far when I was trying to watch it like several years ago. Just because I just didn't. I think there was something else I wanted to watch. But like, I'd also seen David Tennant first as whatever the fuck his name was in Jessica Jones, where he was just
Barty Crouch Jr.
Oh yeah, I'd also seen him as Barty Crouch Jr. for like 30 seconds in Harry Potter. I'd also seen him in that. But no, I'd seen him primarily in Jessica Jones. Who's his character? What's the name of his damn character? Let me Google that and see. David Tennant, Jessica Jones character. Yeah. Kilgrave, yeah. He was Kilgrave, which, like, Jesus Christ, absolutely fucking terrifying, horrible villain. Like, he could just be like, hey, you should do this thing, and you would just be compelled to do it, even if you didn't want to do it. To the extreme, especially with women. My God, that season of Jessica Jones season 1 is pretty brutal with that. I'm surprised conservatives did not get more pissed at some of that shit, because there was one thing I knew that pissed them off, and boy howdy. But we're not talking about Jessica Jones today. We're talking about Doctor Who. Good shit.
Could have fooled me.
Yeah. But no, up next is Series 4 from 2007/2000, mostly 2008. We had The Voyage of the Dam, which was the Christmas special where they went to the Titanic, but it was, a Starliner.
Space Titanic.
Yes, the Space Titanic, which is hilarious because there's been so many fucking Titanic things lately. We had that one. We had Partners in Crime, which was Donna being like, no, I don't want to go to be on the TARDIS, but now she's going on to the TARDIS, and there's the diet pill where the adipose are like, oh hey, the fat's walking away, and there's all that. We had the Fires of Pompeii, where we we went to Mount Vesuvius, which what's the name of the is it Caecilius? Is that the character's name? Who's the...
That sounds approximately right.
I'm googling. Yeah, him. We met Peter Capaldi. We
Or
met the
Calculus.
12th We met the 12th Doctor. Ironically, we met the 12th Doctor, but he's not actually the Doctor. He's just playing another character, which is very funny in retrospect.
But also don't forget about this because this is important later.
Interesting. We had the Planet of the Ood, which was that was interesting. We had the
It was a bit ood.
Yeah, we had the Sontaran Stratagem, where there was a the technology was they were dealing with the Sontarans, who were like, nah, just kill you fuckers with poisonous gas, you know? And also like that. It was interesting. We had the Poisoned Sky, which was the continuation of that. We had the Doctor's Daughter, where we went to the planet Mesaline, and we met quote-unquote Jenny, who ironically later became David Tennant's wife. Like, they met on this episode, and like they hit it off, and now they have like, I think it's like 2 kids together, which is really fucking funny. That they met on an episode called The Doctor's Daughter. Now it's technically the Doctor's wife, because that's really funny. We have The Unicorn and the Wasp, where we went to 1926, where we met Agatha Christie, which was interesting. We had Science in the Library, which had the the Vashta Narada.
Yeah.
Hey, who turned out the lights? You get that reference if you do. We had The Forest of the Dead, which is the second part of that. We went to the planet Midnight, which was the
worst of humanity all crammed into one little shuttle.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. We had Turn Left, which was there's a new alternate reality where the Doctor dies after an earlier season. The Titanic crashed into Buckingham Palace. Britain's under martial law. It's just basically all the shit that would go wrong without the Doctor. All that shit is happening.
And all because Donna made the wrong choice once.
Yeah, so it's like, that's interesting. And then we had the Stolen Earth, which is the continuation, which the Earth is 1 second ahead of the rest of time, so there's all that stuff that's going on. And we had the finale of that one as well. So it all leads up to that. And then we had all of that. And then interesting.
And then we also had
Time Crash.
We had a bunch of specials.
Yes, there was a lot of specials. There was the big 4 specials, which were sorry, Wikipedia's not listing them here. They're different for some reason because it's nice. I love that there's a category in Wikipedia called UMD releases because the fucking place, the stupid PS Portable or the PSP had UMDs. Nice, yeah. And we had the specials to wrap up the season. But yeah, I mean, Greg, what did you think of this season? I think this season's even better than the last one.
Yeah, so this was a very good season in terms of a lot of the themes it covered, some of the times and places it went to were very, very fun to me.
Yes.
And it went back and shored up some of the little gaps and bits that I felt were weaker from previous seasons. Especially getting some amount of closure on the Ood was big. Getting the Doctor's perspective on humanity kinda hard checked with Midnight was good. The big thing about this, though, is I think Donna is a really, really good character, but she's not as enjoyable to watch as Martha.
Yes.
she makes so much sense. She's a very deep character, but she hides it under this kind of brash exterior. She's the sort who refuses to be ignored largely because of her family situation and the dynamic that's going on there. That's taught her that she needs to assert herself hard and fast. But she's still got a certain sensitivity that shows through. Unfortunately, I think a lot of the storytelling highlighted her harder side a bit too much, so it was harder to empathize with her until a bit too late in the season, really.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But then we had the 4 finale episodes that were basically the transition between Tennant and Smith.
Yeah, and actually those finale episodes, those were absolute bangers. Those were very, very good because they show a transition period that the Doctor knows is a transition. He doesn't necessarily welcome it.
Yeah,
but
he's like, this sucks.
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
He can't really fight it. So
No.
in that time, before he becomes as effectively someone else, he's trying to do the 10th Doctor-y things that he can do, and is finding a lot of his assumptions challenged along the way.
Yeah.
So even before he has to go, and he really does not want to go, but even before he has to go, he's already seeing that things are changing, that he has to, before he regenerates, the situations he's putting himself into are already changing him.
Yeah.
And between that and the closure to the Masters arc that we get,
where would you put this? Where would you
I would honestly put it right, I wouldn't put it above. I wouldn't put it in S, but I might actually put it above Bocchi.
I would agree with that. Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good. It's especially those last 4, the specials. Technically, they should be Britain does its TV tracking weird, but nah, it's real good. Up next, Greg, is sorry, I'm trying to keep a pace because we're having a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then up next is series 5.
Yeah, this is
series 5.
The payoff.
This is Matt Smith's first full-time season.
Yeah. So here's the thing about this. Those 4 specials from series 4 were a transition point for the show writers too, in that they were handing the lead writing role from Russell T Davies to Stephen Moffat. And so they were figuring out, okay, how does the Doctor's character shift, but also how does our writing style shift? And the conclusion was that the overarching narrative of a season would become significantly stronger, and that the show would certainly take itself more seriously. But surprisingly, actually, the writing for the Doctor himself experienced a much smaller change than people give it credit for. It's a lot of the difference in how the Doctor comes across between 4 and 5 is just the difference between David Tennant and Matt Smith. Because these are two actors who do a very good job of portraying an old man in a young man's body, but they take rather different tacks to it. And a lot of the, like, if you just grab the scripts for most of these episodes in Series 5 and mentally edit out Matt Smith and put in David Tennant, it still works. It's still believable 10th Doctor script. So, like, I really like how well they figured out how to transition their narrative style, but I think that they're kind of lagging a bit in figuring out how to write formats. So, mixed on that transition. Now, Amy Pond is a little bit less... Her character arc feels less evocative than Martha Zerdana's, but she's still an interesting character. I think a big part of what she brings to the table is her relationship with Rory, and how she's balancing that with her relationship with the Doctor. And I think that adds a much needed extra layer to the dynamic when we do get Rory onto the TARDIS, because we've basically been in a formula for a while of the Doctor and one companion. And when Rory gets dragged into this whole thing, it makes the Doctor kind of reset to okay, I'm figuring out this dynamic from the beginning. But it also means that we get more complex interactions and tensions. And especially once we remove Rory from that equation again, and the Doctor remembers him and Amy doesn't. That's my feels. Ooh, my feels. With that said, I'm not big on romance as its own thing. It's just not something I relate to super well. So I admit that bits and pieces of that did go a bit over my head. Like, I think objectively it's good. It's not quite on the same level as the other two seasons that we've looked at. How do you feel about this, Matt?
But the specials or Series 5?
Series 5.
I think, I'm just looking at the episodes that were here, which is the 11th hour, which is like, I don't know, I like Amelia. I like her, she's fun, you know? I think Rory's okay, you know? I mean, like, he gets his better stuff at the end. We have the Daleks again. We have River Song doing just her shit, just being like, I'm here now, which is kind of funny. We have the Vampires of Venice, which is okay.
Well, it's a window into the Doctor's character that could have very well been 15 minutes, but it was instead a full episode.
It was a full episode, and also at least it was better than the Absorbaloff. My God.
Low bar.
I know. Unfortunately, by the way, Greg, that one is first in the list on Wikipedia list of Doctors like aliens and enemies because it's alphabetical. So fuck that. We have then Amy's Choice. We have Drilling into the Earth, which then leads to the whole other thing with the Existence. We have the Pandorica. We have the Big Bang.
The Existence.
This one is, I think, okay. Like, I like Matt Smith and I like Amy Pond. I like them. Smith is a fun adjustment from Tennant. Like, it's like, oh, he's kind of like Tennant, but he's doing his own thing. Like, you know, he feels like you get him right off the bat, he jumps right in. You know? Takes only like maybe an episode or two to get used to him, and then you're like, yeah, okay, I get him. I don't like him as much as Tennant, but I mean, I feel like a lot of Who fans might feel that way, depending on their stance on everything, but no, I think it's alright. I would give
Tennant's a tough act to follow.
It I mean, he plays it perfectly. Like, he's exactly what I think of when I think of the Doctor. Smith I like, though. I like Matt Smith as Doctor. He's a lot of fun. You know, he's more, like, campy. Like, the Doctor, as, like, Tennant, is more serious at times, but also, like, kind of batshit nuts. Smith is, like, kind of a more calculating, more smart, but also, like, nah, you're an idiot, mate. Like, kind of shit, you know? Like,
honestly, out
I like Matt
of all
Smith.
of all the new series Doctors, I think Matt Smith feels the most like a classic Doctor.
So he feels like a more like 6th, 7th, or 4th Doctor, even.
Like he feels
Like he feels straight from the 70s.
He feels very like 4th, 5th.
Got it. We should watch those at some point. But yeah, I mean, where would you?
It's got to be hard tracking a lot of them down.
Yeah, a lot of them also were lost into literal space. Which is hilarious for Doctor Who. I mean, where would you put this one? I'd put it like in
I'd put it top of B.
Yeah, I'd put it top B. It's very good, but like it has a couple issues. But it's a lot of fun. Like it's good, but it's definitely a step down from Tennant's era. But maybe the next season will be good. I don't know, but I like it. I just like Matt Smith. Matt Smith is fun. But yeah, up next, Daniel, welcome back, is Transformers Prime Season 2. So we watched Transformers Prime Season 2, we watched Transformers Prime Season 3, which is Beast Hunters, and we watched Beast Hunters Predacons Rising, which is like the movie. It takes place after it. I think each one is a sequential step down from the previous, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like Transformers Prime Season 2. Beast Hunters is alright, it's pretty good. And then this one I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good, but like, at this point I was like, oh, can I just go back to the regular Transformers shtick? You know? Like, it's an interesting idea, but it seems like they kind of went, oh, this is successful, let's make a spin-off. But like, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Prime, though, holy shit.
Transformers Prime Season 2 went hard.
Oh, it went so hard.
I'm legitimately shocked, coming off of Season 1, that it was able to keep its upward trajectory so well.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually you see these things plateau at best.
Yeah.
It just kept on going up as the staff got more comfortable with the models, with the rigging,
Yeah.
with the camera work and cinematography, and the writing.
Oh, man.
Oh boy, the writing.
I think this is legit my favorite iteration, Greg, of Megatron, Prime, and Starscream, especially Starscream.
Yeah. Starscream
Jesus,
is
Starscream's holy shit.
Starscream is like this puts Starscream almost on par with how I feel about Armada Starscream, which you haven't seen yet, but Armada Starscream is
Amazing.
I can't wait for that.
He's incredible. He is. I have no words. I will.
Let's save that for later.
If nobody beats me to it, I will show Transformers Armada.
Just get Danny to pick it next. Greg,
But
you'll
then,
take-
what do
you'll
you
take it.
rate this?
What would you rate Season 2, Greg? Honestly, I'd put it like...
Call me crazy, but like I can't think of any nitpicks that would drag it down out of it.
No.
It's not on SpongeBob level, but it's close.
Yeah. So you put it S?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, straight up. It's not as good as SpongeBob, like, in terms of, like, just... Like, some of this... Like, I think in terms of writing, obviously, like, it's... The jokes don't land as hard, and I think some of the animation sometimes is a bit rough, because it's 3D. The fact that they made this after Bayformers 1 and 2, my god, how the fuck even?
No,
Like,
but,
doing the
like,
whiplash, going from the whiplash of Bayformers to this for, Peter Cullen, my god, I don't understand how that man was able to maintain that. He is a tougher man than I. Good shit, Peter Cullen.
What gets me about this, though, is actually the animations, for the most part, were extremely good.
Yeah.
Like the bits that feel rough are still leagues above what season 1 was doing.
Absolutely.
And it's hard to overstate just how much this show improved.
Yeah. What did you
What
think
about
of
the next season?
Beast Hunters season 3? What did you think of that?
Alright.
Mm,
Beast Hunters, there was stuff I loved, and there was stuff I didn't love so much. Like
Yeah.
the narrative pacing didn't feel quite as crisp. Some of the characterizations were a little bit reduced in depth, I think. And I mean, it was still good.
yes.
It
Animation's
looked
still really good, too.
It looked good. It sounded good. The actors were putting in work.
Mm-hmm.
But I think some of the mechanics of storytelling were just not.
Yeah, I was
At
more
that
interested in the
high.
Optimus
Like-
Prime Megatron shit than the Beast.
Yeah, it felt like it was splitting its priorities a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Although Starscream on beast wrangling duty was
Oh, so funny.
pretty great.
Yeah. Having Starscream do anything in Prime is just fucking funny.
Yeah, but specifically having Starscream suffer.
Yeah, it's fun to have Starscream suffer because, like, he's an idiot. But he's also, like, he's like, the problem with Starscream is he's smart, but he's also an absolute moron. Like, he'll
He
telegraph
is a-
everything, and yet Megatron is still like, I'm not gonna kill you today.
See, the thing is, Megatron probably looks at Starscream and thinks, okay, but in terms of absolute maximum mental capacity, he has the capability to be my best possible lieutenant.
Yeah, because most of the
Look at
most of the
all of these
Decepticons are not
other
that
villains.
bright. What, Daniel?
Look at what I have to deal with constantly.
Yeah.
Look at Starscream, where occasionally he'll have a stroke of relative brilliance.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, he's much more resigned to the fact of, well, I have to deal with this guy, but he's my least bad option.
That's kind of sad, but also...
I mean, yeah, but I mean, Starscream's also good. But I mean, where would you put this? I'd put this like in B tier somewhere. Like I
Yeah,
put this like
this is
here. Actually,
I honestly, I might say it's a little bit above Last Exile for me.
I would agree with that.
Because actually, a lot of the problems I have with Last Exile, I have with Beast Hunters as well, but I have them to a slightly
Meanders?
lesser extent. Yeah, Beast
Hmm.
Hunters is almost uniformly the same problems I have with Last Exile, but a little less bad.
Yeah. Predacons Rising for Beast Hunters. It was an interesting movie. I'm glad I watched it, but like, it's so much more. Like they clearly wanted spin-offs from this because it was successful. Like the toys must have been selling really well. That's my thinking. Is Transformers is largely dictated by how the toys are doing. So I imagine the Predacons were probably selling pretty well back in the day, 15 years ago. It's fine.
It didn't feel like the right conclusion.
No, it definitely had like a different bunch of writers, honestly. It felt like the writers had moved on after season 2, and they brought in new writers in season 3 and this, honestly. But like, even then, this is a step below season 3, because it's just focused on the Predacon stuff. There's not much of
it did-
Megatron Starscream
Like,
crap.
it technically gave us closure.
Yeah.
But is it technically worth all the effort getting
I don't
there?
think so.
Yeah. I mean, where would you
Like-
put this? I'd put this like C, low C.
I would say at least because of how it handles its pacing and how it follows up on the at least Beast Hunters.
Yeah.
I do and also because it looked pretty darn good.
Yeah, no, animation's still
Honestly,
absolutely like
yeah.
S tier.
I-
Animation and like effects and voice acting are all S tier. It's just the story is the largest problem with it that drags it down.
Yeah, I'm not
Which is
sure.
unfortunate.
I'm not sure I would put it under Digimon Adventure,
Okay.
but yeah.
I know,
That's
I could
fair.
go either way.
Yeah, I'll put it under because we're all more positive about like that, but I don't know. Up next is Transformers Animated. So we're in the middle of this. We haven't finished it yet. However, I am enjoying it. I like that it's taking the Transformers and doing something different with it. Like it's usually robots in disguise, but like
Where's the disguise? There is no
they've given up
disguise.
on that, which is like an interesting concept that they're kind of like superheroes. They're like, oh, it's the Autobots, hell yeah, great for the most part, except for the one guy who's a
issues with
curmudgeon.
the format.
What's your issue?
Like it's the way that it's being treated as like it feels very Sunday morning cartoony. It's
It aired on Saturday
I-
morning.
I don't really get the same sense of narrative continuity that I like to have with Transformers. Also, the actual transformation sequences are Ass.
Yeah, they're ass.
I was going to say underwhelming.
Yeah, I agree with that. They're like okay, but they're not really great. Like it's clearly they're saving some money somewhere by cutting the animation budget.
And Optimus doesn't feel very Optimus-y to me.
Yeah,
He doesn't sound how I expect Optimus to sound. He doesn't really act like I expect Optimus to act.
yeah. It's a very much
And-
different take on Optimus.
Like the rest of the crew I can kind of get, because like for all that their character highlight episodes reduce them down a little bit too much, their core character traits are there. Optimus seems like just a kind of a blank slate of a character who was thrust into the position of leader for whatever reason. And I can't really call him Optimus in my head. He's Orion Pax. But You know they what, decided to skip that and call him Optimus.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay. Next is Zexal.
I can't stand Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm gonna let you two take this. For me, just anything with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just straight up an F every time.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
Honestly,
you guys
I-
take the lead. I'm gonna check on my
I
notes.
kind of feel the same way you guys felt about Beast or Transformers Prime in this, wherein each subsequent season got worse and worse somehow.
I'm
So,
not gonna
like-
argue.
But like, I think that the first season does have promise. The fact that it focuses too much on Yuma being a dumbass sometimes is grating. But I kind of get the idea that he's a duelist that doesn't know how to duel. We're kind of getting like a Yugi situation, but with a dude that's actually paying attention. The problem is that Yuma's just a fucking idiot. And like beyond the realms of a stupid person, he's just a grade A idiot who won't listen to anything. That's fun.
He's like me, but he's doing it accidentally, whereas I do it on purpose.
Yeah. Like the side characters, I think, have some decently good moments. I like Kaito for the most part. Shark's is kind of like an edgelord, but he's got a good thing going in season 1 at least. And the other characters are kind of forgettable. Duels feel a little bit more. Well, they feel ass-pully the same way all Yu-Gi-Oh does, but near the end, it starts feeling like Yuma's reasoning himself out a little bit more. I would personally put it in like mid-C, probably between. Well, I can't really speak on the Predacon movie, but I would say like between Digimon and Predacons.
Yeah, I
Uh,
concur. That's pretty much
Season
how
1,
I feel
2, or
about
3,
it.
or all of them.
One.
Season 1 is
Okay.
between those. Season
Fair.
2, I think, had some good moments, like the Kaito Yuma tag duel. I think one of the duels with Shark, and there's another duel I think that happened that was pretty good too, but I can't remember what it was. But there were just as many like kind of weird random duels, especially at the beginning of the arc. Felt very unfocused.
It felt scattered in the way that you would expect the first season to feel at times. But at this point in the narrative, you would hope they've got themselves figured out to the point that they'd be focused on the plot.
Yeah.
And they're
Also,
just not.
Also, the animation started dipping here. Like, I know they probably blew all of their 3D budget on the first season, but it's already got so many good 3D CG shots of monsters. But now they're starting to replace it with 2Ds, and it's not looking great in a lot of cases. I would say top of D personally.
Top of D or bottom of C? Honestly,
Let's do top of D's since we're both in agreement on that. And then season 3, I just
E.
like
F.
on top of all of the problems that the current or the previous season had. Now it's just literally a tournament arc. The reasonings of the villains barely make sense between themselves. Like, I feel a couple of extra words would have been immensely helpful for preventing all of these revenge arcs or whatever.
The tournament doesn't make sense either.
Yeah, the tournament doesn't make sense. The main villains' cards don't make sense. Like, what the fuck are the Heraldi cards? How the fuck did this man win anything? I've looked at Heraldi cards. There's no fucking way you can make a deck with that.
Oh, really?
Let alone a functional one. It's very amusing looking at these people playing combos and shit, and you look at their decks, and that's literally all the cards they have in it, and it's like, how the hell did you draw into this multiple times? Like, once we do that ChatGPT plays Yu-Gi-Oh stream, you'll figure out why Yu-Gi-Oh does or works the way it does, because it's so weird watching Yu-Gi-Oh in the anime form versus just regular Yu-Gi-Oh.
Hmm.
We believed really hard in the heart of and
Does
Yeah.
it straight up F? Is it that bad?
it's
I don't know.
it's no well it has redeeming characteristics.
So is it bottom D then?
Yeah, it's bottom D.
It has
The
redeeming
only reason I
characteristics
was-
D.
Yeah, the only reason I was able to sit through it as opposed to Journeyman was prior emotional.
Hooray! So we are grandfathered into this. All right,
More or
cells at
less.
work 2. I'll be honest. I didn't like this one as much as the first one. I think it was good, but it started getting too story focused, oddly enough. And it lost the charm that the original one was, which was being this kind of weird, goofy, but still educational show about the human body. This one started focusing more on what the cells were doing. I don't really feel like that's what I wanted out of the show. What did you
It's
guys
not what
think?
we it's not what we signed up for sure. I thought it was kind of nice, but also kind of distracting. Like I found myself liking the character moments, but I also found myself thinking, am I watching the same show?
Yeah, that's
Is
a very
this-
good thing.
Is this a spin-off of the show and I just missed the turnpike, or
I wonder how far apart did these two seasons air?
Unknown.
I'm googling it. Give me a minute.
At least I don't. Yeah, continue, Greg.
well, yeah, so generally like I did feel more positively than negatively about this season, but it's not it's not great when you feel like you're watching something different from what you're actually watching.
Hmm.
So like this this, I mean, it's still, I still enjoy it, but I'd put it reasonably like high C or low B.
Hmm. I think high C fits where I would put it as well. Matt, what about you?
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I'd put it there as well. I like the first season more. By the way, so I googled the air dates. So season 1 aired in 2018. Season 2 aired in 2020, starting in 2021.
Oof.
So there was like a 3-year gap.
Hmm.
And also, ironically, they worked on this show probably while they were at home, because of COVID. So that
Well,
must
that
have
would
been kind
explain
of
some of the
really
anime.
strange for them, which is kind of funny. But like, you know, the irony of, oh, we're making a show that tells you about like sentient viruses, and then they're like, oh fuck, what do we do?
We have a sentient virus. Oh god.
They're like, oh look, it's a new Ah, crap.
Oh god.
Because
But anyway.
the last episode of season 1 aired on like ironically, like it aired on December 27th, 2018. So like pretty much almost exactly a year later, we were like, there's this new mysterious thing in China right now. Like a year later.
But anyway.
Silverware Code Black. Oh man, what a fucking
So we
disappointment.
did not finish this
Woof.
one, but we all do not have particularly high opinions of it.
No.
There were some bits of it that I think were absolutely hilarious for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Well, that's never a good sign.
Woof. Yeah, this show
Like-
is not good.
Hmm.
I get they were going for where they want to show the other perspective of like a healthy body in the original series versus not healthy body in Black, but like, man, there's just some weird like fetish shit in here too. Like I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm done.
It went too far with being
Yeah.
edgy. Like it's one thing to have a show that's very against or like a tonal shift from the original of being bright and happy to dark and gritty for the darker human body, but the way they handled it was not it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the stylistic choices and character design and kind of undercut the sort of grim dark tone that they were going for. Like
Yeah.
it was weirdly dissonant.
Hmm. Okay, Andor season 1. I think Andor was very good. I think sometimes they spent a little too long just yapping and not actually getting to the points of what they were getting to. But beyond that, I don't really have major complaints for it. I'm fine with like mid A.
I'm gonna say I didn't like it quite as much as you did. I think
Okay.
I think that some of the extended yapping started going into pacing disruptive territory, and a lot of the show feels just a little too heavily interwoven into the greater Star Wars continuity to
It's own
feel like even its own show. I mean, I know it's supposed to be showing you how this Cassian Andor bloke fits into the greater galaxy and everything, but it's leaning a bit too heavily on the context of other media. And it's a story that could very well stand on its own depending on how you choose to tell the story. But the way they chose to tell the story,
It's not conductive. To
yeah,
that.
it needs more propping it up than it can supply for itself.
Hmm.
So it's this weird place where they take a lot of cool nods to the, say, to the original trilogy or to Rogue One or what have, and they take those nods further than they need to the detriment of the show as its own standalone medium. The other sort of thing I have against the show is that, honestly, I think we have more focal characters than we need.
Oh yeah, that's also an issue. Yes.
And in a way, I kind of started to have the same sense of like the middle of Last Exile through a lot of Andor.
Who are you
that-
people?
Well, that and just because it was a bit unfocused, it felt like none of the plot threads were really getting anywhere, and we just had shenanigans.
So that's fair. Matt, what do you think?
I quite liked it, but I also so here's the thing, chat. I hadn't seen this yet. I mean, we've all seen Rogue One first. I had heard people being like, "Oh, it's best Star Wars show, best thing Disney's made yet." I liked the show, but like some of the characters, I'm like, okay, you're here, and why are you here? Ah, okay, I guess that's your purpose. Cassian's great, like on a base level, like seeing Cassian's like past before Rogue One is really interesting. I like that. It's interesting seeing the like Empire from more of a ground level perspective, because the most we usually get is Jedi's doing Jedi shit. So it's interesting to see this what it's like from a normal person, and it's like, man, it's pretty brutal being just in the Empire. It's like, well, you're kind of just fucked. Like you just can't do anything. Like it's like, oh man, wow, this is bad. Like, which we knew, but it's like neat to get that kind of perspective. Because I mean, in Star Wars, it's mostly for like children, so it's nice they made a show for an older audience, for like adults. It's not adult in terms of like Game of Thrones, which is just like violence and sex and drugs and it's like just more mature of a show, which I like. I'm down to definitely watch season 2 because like that's A, the last season, and B, I want to see where it goes because I've heard that it is better than season 1. Like that it improves a lot over season 1's flaws. And it has its own issues, but what show doesn't? But, I mean, what do you guys, like, I don't know, I'd agree with Daniel, I'd say, like, A is good, but I'd put it below Doctor Who. Like, I'd put it below Boshi.
Actually, Greg, what did you say?
Put it here.
I didn't, but
What do you think, Greg?
I'd say I'd put it between Doctor Who's season 5 and Stardust Crusaders.
So, like, lower A?
No, that's lower
No,
B or
no.
higher B.
Oh, it's like
That
here.
yeah, that's where I would put it.
Okay.
So we could
it's-
do top of A, or sorry, top of B, bottom of A.
I'm fine with...
Well, since you guys both said A and I'm the only one that said B, I'd be fine putting it.
Okay,
at
then let's put it bottom A, then. It's,
Okay.
like, borderline. But, like, no, I like it. You guys are down to watch season 2, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, to just see how it ends,
If
at
not-
least.
yeah.
More
If
or
nothing
less.
else, I want to see what it goes.
Yeah, Ender
Okay.
season... And yeah, so go ahead.
Next is Arknight Season 3. Finally, we got a good fucking Arknights anime.
Yeah, it's actually good. Like, it's much better than the first 2 seasons because it wasn't just made pumping them out. They took
Yeah,
their
no,
time
like,
this
oh,
time.
animation shored up. We have good 2D fight scenes. The fight scenes and like attack animations in general are fantastic
You
this
feel
time.
the weight to the strikes.
Yeah, the strikes feel weighty. People are just getting dented into the ground from how strong they are. Like the only 3D CG I think they used were the shield bearer or shield guard, Patriot himself, which I mean, Patriot that makes sense, and Monster, who was already or the former two were already 3D. So like it's really good. There are problems though, as there usually are. Firstly, episode 2, I think it was, the Dark Knight's Memoir episode. Why did you try and fit 3 hours into 30 minutes, guys? Come on. That was not smart. And they like gutted the story, even though you get the premise of it. It's not great. There are a couple of scenes that feel like they didn't need to be as long, too. A lot of Elysium's inclusions were just him saying, hey, leader mantra, or we're gonna do the thing, right? We didn't need that. Could have saved a couple minutes elsewhere. But beyond that, I don't really have complaints. Like this was a very good season. I would actually put it in fairly mid-high A, personally. I don't think it's great for the aforementioned reasons, so it doesn't go in S, but this one I can wholeheartedly recommend to people, as opposed to the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, this one's much better. It's a much improved show. I quite liked it. I think they did a much better job now that they had like time to work on it. Like that's the first 2 seasons' biggest problem is just pump it out, pump it out, pump it out.
The only real issue I had with this was pacing, honestly.
And it's a fair point to have issues with pacing.
It was not a small issue by any stretch, but it's basically a lone solitary
Complaint.
it's a very sad, lonely issue.
But yeah, so I say middle, top of A. What do you guys say?
I would put it between Doctor Who season 3 and Battle Tendency.
If you put it like here,
I would put it about
think
there.
that's-
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Up next is one of
Gravity
the
Falls
shows, Gravity
Season
Falls
one.
Season 1.
I am not a fan of this type of show, so I would put it in non-target audience personally. So I'll leave this to you guys.
I think it's okay. I mean, it's not amazing, but I think it's fine. The animation is pretty good. Like, they do a good job with that. Voice acting is good, but, like, I don't know. I don't think I'm the target audience either. Like, I enjoy kind of goofy stuff, but, like, this very much is, like for, like, 10 to 12-year-olds.
I
Actually-
think
It's okay. Like, I would put it... I really can put it. I don't know. Go ahead, Greg.
I think it had some good ideas, some good themes, and the kind of just background. I don't know. Background mystery of everything is very interesting, but the presentation of it all is very between genuinely funny and deeply grating. Like the gnome vomit.
Yeah.
That played a little bit too much of a role in shaping my perception of the show just for how it was.
The problem is that that's also like the first thing that freaking happened.
Yeah.
So I'd also say not target audience,
Yeah.
but like it's
Okay.
I see some of what they're trying to do, and I wouldn't be opposed to watching more if only to find out how deep the rabbit hole goes. But it's
Oh,
not something I'm actively invested in. Like,
Yeah. I for one am shocked this aired on fucking Disney Channel. This seems more like a Cartoon Network kind of show. Like the fact this is a Disney property is weird. But
before we continue, Greg, I do want to point out it is 1:30.
oh yeah, it's.
are you okay or
I probably shouldn't be around that much longer.
okay? Let's try and
Well, is
blast
there
through a
any
bunch
sh-
of these. Is
Well,
there anything you want to
well.
really commentate on?
Yeah.
I really ask for one final thing. I want to comment on ReZero, and I want to comment on Clone.
Okay.
It's okay.
All right, then we'll prioritize these
we'll
three
do-
then.
All right.
Right.
May I ask for one final one final thing is my recommendation. It is about a woman who punches things. That is about all you need to know.
It's One Punch Man but woman.
Now, I will
Sort of.
note that beyond the scope of a show about a One Punch Woman, there's not really a lot to the show. So, whatever the rating is will be based on our preference, which we all
Yes.
found this to be highly amusing. But it
Mhm.
is worth noting that some people will probably not like this if you're looking for a deeper story or character development or what have you. So keep that in mind. That said, it is very funny, I'll admit. However, some of the artistic drops were very bad, in my opinion. And unfortunately, the parts that were well animated did not last long enough into the show for me to give it a high rating despite those drops. I would probably say like bottom of B personally.
Same. I really like what the show is putting down for just sheer entertainment value. But there's a lot of things that start out as minor details and quickly become not so minor, especially with regards to shadows and background details and even middle ground details eventually. And it's like production quality, just the lows were very, very low, distractingly so, in the same way that some of the lows of Digimon Adventure Reboot were quite low. But this time the lows were focused a lot more on the visual presentation side. And that I would be a little more lenient on that if the draw of this show didn't have so much to do with visual presentation. That is to say, the sheer spectacle of watching people, monsters,
punched.
and everything in between get pummeled into oblivion. Not to say that the pummeling was wholly reliant on visuals, because the sound work for a lot of the impacts was just so like incredibly evocative. But
It has a kick to it.
It has impact. Fleshy impact.
But yeah,
Also-
we
Also, it's just the juxtaposition of the cheerful psychopath with how the protagonist presents herself as, a noble lady, good upbringing.
And everybody else is like, it's like, oh god!
Yeah, she's like, hello, it's nice to meet you. And they're like, oh Christ, she beat up like everyone at that party.
Oh Christ, it's the Lady of Beatings! Ah!
And she's like, and? Until you piss her off. And then she's like, alright, well, I'm gonna beat you now.
It's very entertaining, and while I don't enjoy it quite as much as the manga, I think that, especially with the quality of voice acting,
Oh,
once
the English voice
actors
acting's
settle
so
into
good.
their roles, especially.
Voice acting's
Great.
like S tier. It's so good.
Yeah, I'd say all average together, I'd put it in a low B.
Really? What about you, Daniel? Where would you put it?
Low B as well behind Last Exile. Where would you put it?
Honestly, I would put it like top B. Actually,
Let's
no,
split the
B's.
difference and smack it
No,
straight in the middle.
I'd put it above B centers. Honestly, I'd put it above B centers at least.
Okay.
Like, I quite enjoy it. Like, it's very fun, very entertaining, but there isn't, frankly, much to the story. Like, it's
Yeah.
interesting, and I'm curious for season 2. Like, I'm gonna look forward to that, but I do want them to go a little harder on some of the elements that were a bit weaker in this season. Hopefully they'll see the feedback and go for
Shore
it.
up the animation across all your episodes.
Yes, I feel like the animation when it's great is really great, but like, man, when it dips, it dips. They need to.
Yeah, even-
I hope that with the season 2, if it gets one, because the show seems to have done pretty damn well, I hope the studio takes another crack at it and improves on it. I hope it does not
doesn't
degrade as One Punch Man has. I hope it actually improves.
It doesn't even have to be a major. It's like
No, it
There
just has to
were-
fix
there
the
were
problems.
there were scenes where you could literally spend less than a minute giving all the characters elliptical cast shadows,
Yeah.
and it would improve the scene immensely.
Yeah.
Or you
Like,
could
I
just
just-
give them dots for a face.
Like,
It would
there
make it-
was one fairly early on scene where, just out of curiosity, I checked to see how much effort it was to just put little cast shadows underneath all the characters and
Oh.
and erase the bits where their feet were, so that it looks like it's actually on the ground, and just have that track to any movements, and it literally took me 53.
Nice. Next, ReZero Season 1. Who's from?
Fuck you.
But anyway,
Oh, man. Oh,
So-
so good.
So here's the thing: is that it's technically meant to be watched in tandem with Season 2 because of the. Well, I mean, I guess technically not, because the cliffhanger only exists in the director's cut rather than the original. But here's my problem with ReZero as a show, is that it's kind of it's the type of show that keeps building on itself, but I think the further you go, the more annoying it gets from what I've just been following aside. But beyond that, Season 1, I think, has... I think there's a little there was a little too much going on in one, but I can't remember which section it was. I think it was the second arc, the one at the mansion, that felt like there were one too many instances of things going wrong for the sake of going wrong, as opposed to like a natural consequence of things. Well, I mean, it was a natural consequence of things going wrong, but it felt like
a
one
little
too.
forced.
Yeah, like it's like rubbing salt into the wound. Okay, yeah, you're having this problem. Now you're having it more, and now it's even more. And it's like, okay, but we got that already.
Yeah, it's like, all right, move on, please.
Yeah. Now, with that said, I do think as a whole it is good. I was expecting a little bit more from the animation, from how hyped people got about ReZero. I was a little disappointed about that, though there are some very good moments, like the big fight of Season 3 Like those have some good animation moments. But overall, people are kind of one note in terms of their movement, or like slow in terms of their movement.
Yeah.
Outside like Rem. Like Rem is very movement heavy or animation heavy in her movements, but
Well, Rem
Yeah.
Rem is all physicality, no finesse.
Yeah.
Well,
So
She's
a
like,
lot
well, hi. I'm gonna beat you down now.
A lot
Yes.
of what she does is her animations are very extra just because she doesn't have economy of motion.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess that's fair, but also, like, I think it is good, and it has a good sense of mystery and building on itself, but it sometimes just grates on you just because, like, you know, this kid just wants to win, and he
Yeah.
can't even have the that.
No, every time he has some kind of victory, there's a fucking punishment. It's like, can we have
Actually,
5
you know
minutes
what?
for...
It's like you after Amphorius into 3.8.
Oh, yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
I just
pretty
want a
much.
break. Is that too much to ask for? No. You can't
No.
have nice things.
No, I'm sorry, you've entered Xiaoji's realm. Fuck you.
So the thing about
It's a
ReZero for
domain
me
expansion.
is that a lot of it is just about making our main character suffer. And a lot of that suffering doesn't seem to have a clear meaning as of season.
Yes.
I think I'm not gonna say anything about season 2.
Okay,
No comment.
good. I don't want comments. I want to just watch it.
But
I know
uh,
what you're suggesting, and I don't agree with you.
well, okay.
Hey, where are you?
I'm not sure you know quite what I'm suggesting because what I'm suggesting has a whole lot to do with also some issues I have with season 2.
Alright.
But
I mean,
season 1, the main issue that I have is it's working so hard to set something to set things up in general, and you don't get a lot of sense of payoff. Because a lot of your setup is suffering, and your payoff is just more suffering. And so it just kind of, at points, it blends together. Like there's a reason why when I write any sort of fan fiction for ReZero, it always becomes my most notes and outline heavy writing, because I have to keep track of all of the different iterations of just absolute shit that Subaru has to go through.
yeah.
And make sure that I don't confuse two instances of roughly similar circumstances that are going wrong in two different ways.
Nice. But so
Where would you put this?
I'd say like it'll be probably above. May I ask for one final thing?
I would put it above Stardust Crusaders, but we know how I feel about Stardust Crusaders.
Yeah, but
What do you think of it, Matt?
I'd say this is a good spot. I did like it a
Then-
lot though.
What
And
I will
also,
say
fuck you.
about ReZero, is that when it does hit you, it hits you. Really
Oh
hard.
yeah,
Yes. That I
yeah.
agree.
There's really good moments, but like some of the lows just drag it down.
Like, I feel like
think
that's
that's a lot of these shows.
yeah. I feel like that's the running trend this year. Actually,
Yeah.
which is interesting because we didn't intend for that.
No. Up next is the final season of Clone Wars that Disney made for Disney Plus.
Finally, some good fucking food. This
straight up,
was amazing.
Absolute fuck, like,
Yeah.
fuck.
I think
S
that's
tier.
probably like.
Oh my God.
Would we put it above SpongeBob?
I would
Honestly,
put
I
it
would.
above SpongeBob.
Yeah, I would. I'd put it above SpongeBob. Oh, it's so fucking good, man. Like, it gets up to, like, the end of the Clone Wars, like, straight up. The last few episodes are just, like, Order 66 related.
Well, geez, just throw that.
Which, like, I mean, that was in the trailer. But, like, and also this aired, like, 6-7 years ago. But, like, dude, Oh, it's so good. Like what happens in it. Oh man.
The
Like
last 4 episodes in and of themselves
those last
are,
4 are
like,
straight up gold.
S tier, or what drive us into S tier already.
Yeah.
The first 4 for Bad Batch, I wasn't sold on at the beginning, but they did grow on me.
Yeah, we're gonna
I
watch
think it
Bad
was
Batch at some
the-
point.
I think it was the middle 3 that were probably the worst, and even those were like
Those,
probably
those were
high-ish
still-
B still.
Those
Yeah.
were still, I'd say, low A.
Yeah,
Yeah.
low A, high B, but like those last 4 are just
Those last
another
4 are
level
like
up.
insanely good. I don't understand how they're that good. Like,
Well-
yeah, because there was the Bad Batch, like first couple episodes, and then there was the one on 1313,
Ahsoka alone.
and then
Ahsoka
it went to the straight up like, yeah, here's the end. Congratulations. The fact also that
Congratulations, you earned suffering.
congratulations, it's May the 4th be with you day, which like absolute S tier timing on that, Disney. Good job.
Those
Um,
last 4 episodes felt like they were swinging in the same ballpark as Empire Strikes Back.
100%. Like Dave Filoni and co. Good shit on that. My God. Like, oh
Very good.
man.
And boy, they were swinging for the fences.
Yeah, it was really good. Good job, man. Like best show probably. Greg, do you
And-
have to go?
That, yes.
All right. Well, it's been 2.5
Different
hours, so
nights.
we'll see you later, Greg.
Yep.
See you tomorrow.
See ya tomorrow for movies, because oh god, that's gonna take a while.
Oh yeah, it's gonna take a while too. But thankfully, we're not gonna start at 11.
Yay, we'll have 2 more hours to yap.
Yep. Bye, Greg.
Bye.
Actually,
All right.
no, looking at the timing of this, that'll probably take us 5 hours by that rate.
Oof. Yeah.
Anyway, next is TAC OP Destiny, I think.
Yeah,
I
TAC
can't
OP
remember which
Destiny,
one
yeah.
is called TAC OP Symphony. I think that might be the game.
Yeah, this is Destiny.
so-
This is Destiny. I'm looking at the poster on
So-
my computer.
So this one was Dennis's recommendation, though.
Man, talk about
I
wasted
had
potential.
Well, so here's the thing. I had given this one as one of 5 suggestions for a musical anime with
Right.
a theme that he was looking for.
Mm.
Here's the weird problem. Usually I'm all for more action-paced stuff that's when it's trying to be more action-paced. I actually dislike this show because it started going more action-paced.
Yeah.
Like, because it initially framed itself as this more soul-searching thing while we're doing a road trip across America
Yeah.
to just, figure out who we are, who this person that body jacked a loved one is, what music means to different people. That was good.
Yeah. That
And
first
then
episode is a
about-
banger.
Not even like the first episode, like the first 3 to 5, I think. Especially with that one town where they don't do anything but just listen to music.
Yeah.
Talk with people. And then about halfway in, you get the lore drop that, oh wait, the place we're going to is actually the headquarters of the dumbasses who are trying to kill humanity,
Yeah.
saving humanity.
The show like has a sheer drop in quality at that point, which is extremely
like,
disappointing.
it's-
I was quite enjoying this show. Like the first couple, I was like, "Man, this is good. I'm liking where this is going." All right, it's doing a road trip thing. All right, cool. And we got a mystery element in here. Awesome. And the animation's actually pretty damn good. All right. Like I was hooked.
Like I think it would have been better, honestly, if the show, instead of even doing this kind of reveal, just went across the world or across the country, and by the time they got to the end and they're like, okay, let's examine the loved one. It
Yeah.
instead just goes, yeah, no, we actually did that while we were on the road trip, and we don't really need to do that. We're just gonna, keep going around helping people, spreading the music and all that. I think that would have worked better for the show, personally.
Yeah.
The show as it is, though, I think, I'd say it falls below. I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit above Digimon Adventure. I think that it was lower as a whole than Digimon Adventure, but it was more consistently high.
Yeah. It's just
Like,
I think. Go ahead. Sorry.
like animation as a whole was fairly strong throughout the show. Yeah, like, it was a little messy, mind you, but
yeah.
it was good.
My
There
go ahead. Sorry, just let me know.
and there weren't any notable other drops in quality beyond the Afro.
Right.
I'm
I-
done.
Okay, cool. I think this shows the epitome of wasted potential. Like, they had an idea that could have been really interesting, but they just decided not to do that, and that's extremely disappointing. Like, I think if they got on what the show originally pitched itself as, would have been much better, but... I mean, you can't have everything you want. Like, I think if they stuck with it, it would have been at least like a B tier or even a low A tier. But, like, just the way that they wrote it, it's just... That didn't happen, and there's not much you can do when the show just doesn't do that. We weren't in charge of writing it, so oh well. C tier it is. Up next
your boy
is your
Kong
boy
Ming.
Kong Ming. So, Daniel, tell them how you picked this show.
I didn't.
Or for
Dennis
Dennis.
did, but I had recommended it because it was something that came up in my feed at a point. I personally didn't really think much of it at the time, so I recommended it to him. Watching it, it's okay. Like, I think that it has a lot of potential. Sometimes it doesn't live up to the potential as much as I would like.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the latter bits of
Yeah.
the final arc for this season, but it definitely has a very interesting vibe of, you know, Kong Ming or Zhuhei Liang if you're more familiar with Three Kingdoms era terminology. You know, just kind of doing his shit.
Yeah, I like that he just shows up.
and
He's like,
check-
"All right, cool, I'm gonna help." Like he accepts that he's just in the future.
Well, not even that, but like bringing the tactics of the Three Kingdoms to help a person gain followers for music is very amusing.
Yeah, no, everything
And
he
I
does
like-
is absolute like gold. Like Kong
Yeah.
Ming himself is gold.
Yeah, but there's also like a fairly strong amount of character depth or character searching too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't remember the other dude's name that joins.
The guy who's like in charge of the bar.
No, not that guy. The rapper.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, I don't remember his name either, but I know what you're talking about.
I feel like his name is like Ebby something, but I can't. That does not sound right. But like between that guy and the main girl, they grow a heck of a lot through Kong Ming's influence and meddling, which is very nice. I genuinely do like the show. It's not a strong recommendation, but I do recommend it if anybody's interested. I have heard that the manga goes on quite a bit longer. I'm not quite sure what to make of the longer manga as a whole, but the anime is good enough.
Yeah,
I would say
uh,
I would say like B-ish.
I'd say B2. I like it a lot. It's very fun. There's a few problems I have with it, but like, no, if you want something like just kind of a lot of comedy, but also some deeper moments that isn't like the best show, but like it's really good, I'd recommend it. Where would you put it in B? I'd put it, where would you put it in B? B is actually a bit crowded.
That's interesting.
Like B, all the, like
I-
mostly, like these are like all on like these two, especially on like the same kind of level for me.
I'd put it below May I Ask for One.
That's fair.
I
But it's like
I think
all
it's-
all three ReZero, Final Thing, and Kong Ming, I think are all on like the same level.
Yeah,
honestly.
they just all have their own different reasons
Yeah.
for why they're there.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
I
next is
find
a
it-
show that is autogenically kind of ass. Is
VTuber Legend, how I went viral after forgetting to turn off my stream.
Yeah, that one's literally just what if we made an anime about VTubers doing stupid shit?
Yep.
But this time I think it's turned up to 11, wherein like that's all they're doing. And if you follow the VTuber world to any significant degree, you know that that's not how VTubers work, because
Nope.
that would get you in so much fucking shit.
Oh yeah,
real
you'd be
fast
like
if you did that.
you'd be like graduated immediately.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like some companies do that, like what was it, Phase Connect, I think.
Oh yeah.
But like the majority of brands do get hurt from doing that, and even the more indie ones, like it starts becoming a negative trend of, oh, I'm doing dumb shit for content, which is never
Yeah.
a slope you want to go for,
No,
especially
then
if
you
it's
turn
like,
into
hey,
like
also-
IRL streamers, which just no, you don't want that.
yeah. So
Ugh, IRL streamers
I
is
don't-
horrible.
I don't like that aspect, especially once it starts going. I think it was like halfway when they introduced the next generation, and they're all just fucking lost
Psychos,
it.
yeah.
Like there's a fine line, I think, that wherein this is funny, and then it's too much.
Yeah.
And the show doesn't seem to realize that. Like it kind
No.
of veers back into the line of good, but then will immediately run off after.
Yeah, like there'll be some good moments, and then there'll just be something stupid, which is unfortunate.
I think that this is like maybe top of D, bottom of C at best.
It's-
It is not.
Yeah, I'd say.
I would even put it below the Predacons thing.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd say it's bottom
it's-
C.
it's trashy humor.
You
It-
have to like
eh,
trashy humor to like it a lot. Like
you gotta
we
like
can.
trashy humor, or you can vibe with the references to VTuber culture.
Yeah, like if you like, they straight up like animate like how OBS works, which is hilarious. As someone who's currently got OBS on this monitor over here, like they straight up animate OBS. They animate like how all the like they're like, oh yeah, like Chad, this is the mic I'm using, a Blue Yeti. They straight up like have that effectively that mic in the show, so it's really funny to look and be like, hey, there's my microphone that I'm currently watching the show and streaming with. Like, so that's funny. Like if you're involved in streamer culture, it is very interesting. But you have to tolerate a certain level of stupidity to enjoy it. Like, if you're someone who has no patience for this shit, don't bother.
Nope.
Animation,
next,
the animation looks really good though most of the time. Most of the time it looks good, and the models are the VTuber models also that they make are actually pretty nice.
Okay, the models and art quality, I agree, are good. Animation is.
Oh no, actually, yeah, the
not.
animation's rough sometimes.
Yeah, the animation is very. I don't want to say it's minimal, but it's definitely on the lower end of it.
It's
So
yeah,
you're not going to get anything super impressive.
no, there's nothing too crazy. It's just kind of like, here we go. It's it's animated. Like, it depends. It's okay though. Like if you don't mind something stupid to watch, like with buddies, it's a good time with buddies. If you are immersed in VTuber culture and don't mind something stupid. If you don't know shit about VTubers or streaming,
Don't watch it.
don't bother. It's a very off kilter. Up next is Dinosaur. This is your thing.
Oh god, don't get me started on this.
We watched
So
this
this
'cause it
is
was
Walking
bad,
with
right?
Dinosaurs, but not the one that we had a long time ago. No. This is Walking with Dinosaurs 2025,
Yep.
which they rebranded as the official Walking with Dinosaurs for some reason.
This is the new BBC one.
God help us all.
It's not. Very
This is
good.
not Walking with Dinosaurs. I hate this with every fiber of my being. Like, look, this is from a longtime dinosaur fan. You do not get to just name something Walking with Dinosaurs and give us a half-assed product.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I would have been this critical of it either if it wasn't called Walking with Dinosaurs.
Yeah. The other
You've
issues, it's
seen
really hard
Walking
to
with
follow.
Dinosaurs.
Go ahead,
You've
sorry.
seen what basically the start of modern paleo documentation, or yeah,
That's right. That's right.
Paleo, yeah, paleo documentaries are like, right?
Mhm.
It like maybe there are things that were
Mhm.
wrong, like what the fuck was that T-Rex in that show?
Oof.
But it felt like we were actually walking with the dinosaurs, and
Yeah.
somebody was just there filming
They
dinosaurs.
just have me a camera there.
Yeah, Walking with Dinosaurs 2025 is not that. it is bizarre. It is like the modern
Ooh.
interpretation of what people thought Walking with Dinosaurs was. They think, oh yeah, people like humans in our dinosaur documentaries. They like to see long or wide angle shots of many, many dinosaurs where it's unrealistic, where a human would actually be able to. Well, I guess it's less unrealistic now that we have drones.
Yeah.
You get the idea. Like, there's not really a lot of violence. Somehow the dinosaurs are sometimes animated even worse than the 1990 whatever version, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck do you fuck that up?
Yeah, like it's easy. Like Blender is free.
Like, there's a scene where a T-Rex is doing animations. It doesn't even look like it's standing in the right environment. I think its shadow is off.
Yeah, it's not shaded correctly.
And its tail is completely rigid. Like, what the fuck? Come on.
Yeah, it's
what's up?
bad. I mean, the problem with the show also is that it followed up after Prehistoric Planet from Apple, which was like absolute S tier.
Oh, yeah.
Like, holy
it's not even
shit.
that, too. Like, even Life on Our Planet felt more documentary-esque than
Is
this
that the one with what was the guy's name?
Morgan.
No. The one with like where was like the guy with time travel.
No, that's Prehistoric.
No,
Life
no,
on Our
that's
Planet
not
was
Prehistoric
Morgan.
Planet. No, I'm not talking about Prehistoric Planet. That's the one with David
Oh,
Attenborough.
Prehistoric Park is what I
Oh,
said.
Prehistoric Park. Yeah, that
With
one I actually
Michael
found
Moore.
way more entertaining, and it was like dumb, but it was fun, and I did learn
Yeah,
some
no,
shit.
but I'm talking about Life on Our Planet, which
that-
is the Morgan Freeman one,
Right,
which
that
also
one's-
came out in the year of Prehistoric.
Planet.
Like, I might not like Life on Our Planet, but it at least felt more in tune with what a paleo documentary was than this.
Yeah.
Walking with Dinosaurs 2025 just felt disrespectful to people that like dinosaurs by throwing in so many human segments.
Yeah.
And the problem is that it's not even that the humans are saying anything particularly interesting, like David Attenborough with the extra segments of the Prehistoric Planet videos.
Yeah.
They're just saying, oh, look at this thing that we happened to find, surely. Well, that's not staged or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, they're just stating obvious shit. Or
Yeah.
even just making wild guesses. It's like, why? If you're gonna put humans here, and they're there for a long time, mind you, most of the episodes is humans. They are, like, have them say something that's actually informative. We're here to learn shit.
It's a documentary,
top
not an
of
entertainment
everything.
show.
It's not even entertaining, too. Like, that's the crazy thing. Like, most of the time it's just dinosaurs walking or being dumbasses. There are so many scenes of dinosaurs doing stupid ass crap that doesn't make sense. Like, the Albertosaurus running into the herd of Edmontosaurus, being like, oh boy, what am I gonna do? And then getting run over. The three raptors in the middle of the fire, I think, are trying to attack the band of ankylosaurs that I don't remember the exact designation of. Like, they rush in, get blocked by a tree, and then run into tar effectively, and they're like, oh no, they are out of luck. And it's just like, no, they're not out of luck, they are out of brain cells. Oh yeah, also the predators are pretty murder hobo happy this time, as opposed to
Yeah.
like Prehistoric Planet and even Life on Our Planet, where it felt like they were just hunting to hunt as opposed to hunt to murderize things.
Mhm.
Like, I'm reminded of the T-Rex hunting or chasing down the baby trike just to be more dramatic about it.
Mhm.
Ugh. I actually would rate this as an F. I genuinely hate this show and will probably refuse its existence as a Walking with Dinosaurs thing.
So what would you rate it?
I just said it F.
Oh, good. I'm doing the same thing.
The only thing that I really liked about it was the Spinosaurus episode, I think. That one was okay. And even then, it was kind of mid. Like, come on, if I see a Spinosaurus, I at least wanted to engage a little bit more with... Well, I mean, I guess they had a reason for it, but I kind of wanted to engage a little bit more with Carcharodontosaurus. Oh, wait, actually, I just remembered another thing that I hate about this show. The world itself feels so unlived in. There are entire shots where you can see miles around the dinosaur, and there is nothing else. Like, say what you will about the limited budget of CG for Walking with Dinosaurs, there are at least scenes where there were 5 or more dinosaurs visible on frame. You barely got that in Walking with Dinosaurs outside of the Edmontosaurus and Pachyrhinosaurus herds, which, you know, those were the entire points of them existing, is that they were in herds. Like, when it's a solo gig, there's at best 3 dinosaurs on screen. It's not good. Go watch Prehistoric Planet, or go watch the original 1990 whatever Walking with Dinosaurs. Save yourself the trouble.
Yeah. Up next is Arcane Season 2.
Okay, I'll be honest, I didn't like Arcane Season 2 as much as Season 1.
No, same.
Like, I think it's good still, but I think they went a little too big for their britches and lost themselves a little bit. I would say... I don't know, I liked Arknights better than Arcane, honestly, but I can be talked into a higher ranking.
I mean...
What do you think?
I liked it, but not as much as Season 1. I mean, I don't think I would put it in A tier.
Really?
Actually, no, I'd put it in A tier. I'd put it, like, lower than... Where would I put it? I'd put it probably above Arknights, maybe?
Well, I say behind Arknights. I think that Arknights...
Actually, no, Arknights is better, yeah. Arcane Season 2 is a neat conclusion, but, like, it just kind of feels like it's there more to be like, here's the ending, and also, like, here's what leads into, like, whatever the fucking game lore is. Which, like, okay.
Even then, it's kind of, like, weird, all that.
Yeah, I didn't like the direction they went. I was enjoying the more personable story, and then it devolved into, but I can save the future. It's like, I don't give a fuck.
I want to see these people talk to each other and fail to talk to each other. And
yeah, I enjoyed, like, the personal relationships. I didn't care for, like, the magical shit.
Want to fucking war with the Noxus and fucking robot apocalypse.
Yeah, I was enjoying. I think the first season is just, it's so much better. Teen Titans Season 1. So here's the funny thing. We technically watched this before, but we all, like, completely forgot. I don't know what this says about the show's quality, but oh well.
Well, I think it says more about us and our ability to remember Reese's shows.
Yeah.
I have marked it down since, but we are not good at remembering shit.
No. Teen Titans, I mean, where'd you put it? So this is the original Teen Titans chat from back in the day, like at least 20 years ago now.
Not Teen Titans Go.
It's not Go, it's the original one from the 2000s.
I must say that I think it's okay.
Yeah.
But this is not where Teen Titans shines.
No.
I would say that it's like below Digimon Adventure.
I think that's
honestly
fair.
Like it's introducing people, it's getting to its destination, but for the most part it's like barely.
Yeah, I mean, it's entertaining, more or less, but, like, it's okay.
Yeah,
like, I can see what people have
who's
nostalgia
this hero of the day?
Yeah, I hope that Season 2 leads to bigger and better things.
It should, but when we get to it is the problem.
Yeah.
I do know that there is at least one story arc that has more cohesion. Like, they start getting their footing starting season. It's just Season 1 has a very rough.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do, you know? Up next is Girls Band Cry.
So this was a recommendation from me. It is a fully CGI anime, as opposed to most of the other anime where it's like partially or mostly.
It's 2D most of the time, and then CG when they need it.
Yeah, but Girls Band Cry is completely 3D. I believe.
Yeah.
Even like NPCs are 3D.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
sort of Hoyo-y, but not game.
The interesting thing about it though is that wherein most companies use 3D to skirt costs by just having a model move around,
Mm-hmm.
this anime actually has like some incredibly good 3D when it wants
Yeah,
to.
it's really good.
Like
They actually spent the
everybody
time on it.
is, yeah, everybody's hyper expressive movements are quick, snappy, and to the point. Like honestly speaking, it feels like it's a 2D anime in 3Ds.
Yeah.
Like this is what 3D should aspire to.
Yes.
However, I do acknowledge that unlike Bochi, this one has a fairly weaker character arc than Bochi, which is what we'll be comparing it to. Like, the main characters don't really grow as much. It's more about finding themselves as a group, which in a way is not great for the individuality of the people. You mainly just get the main protagonists, them having issues, them getting angry at issues, and them kind of blundering into a solution to their issues,
Agreed.
which is not great. I do think that the music is very good, but
Oh,
it's
no, it's
also the music this time also has a weird toss-up of sometimes being incredibly good, like episode 3 and I think it was 7's endings.
Hmm.
And then you got some of the ones like I think it was episode 13, which was just like this kind of just feels like you're mashing instruments together
Yeah.
and calling it a day. So I
But it's
think
better more
that
often than
it's
it's
like
not, though.
yeah, it's good more often than it's not. I'd say it's like high B, high to mid B.
Yeah, I'd put it below JoJo, above ReZero. Actually, no,
I'll
I put it below
defer.
ReZero.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think this is fine. Like, again, like, straight, like, these four are, like, similar quality. But, like, no, the 3D
Alright.
in here is, like, actually really good. Like, if you want to see actually good 3D anime, like, just look up a clip from this show. It's really,
Yeah,
really nice
like honestly,
looking.
if you look at the music videos from the anime,
Yeah, that's just your best solution. There's no
Hentai,
spoilers.
yeah, like
Yeah.
you'll get basically all you need to know if you're not super interested in how we're describing the show itself.
Yeah.
But,
Finally...
sorry.
No, go ahead, sorry.
But yeah, I was gonna say that if nothing else, Girls Van Cry's song animations is where it's at. So I would highly
Absolutely.
recommend looking those up.
So-
but yes,
Yeah. Here's our last one. So we're in the middle of it. It's the original Fate Stay Night from like
Oh,
2005. Man, after watching UBW first, this is man. I can tell they learned a lot from this for UBW. Jesus. Like,
so like here's the thing.
I
it's
get
an
where this started, but
entirely-
like, woof.
it's an entirely different era too.
Yeah, it's
Like, this is-
2000s anime.
Yeah, this is 2000s anime. We didn't get like the big hitters in anime storytelling yet. We didn't start moving away from 25 plus core seasons or episode seasons.
Yeah, like normal TV show length. Or American
like,
TV
this
show
is-
length.
This was a time where we thought we had more time and we spent it yapping.
Yeah, there's a lot of yap. Like, I feel like someone online has taken like an old DVD of these, and like they've cut like a bunch of shit out and made it condensed, kind of like how people have made fan edits of what's the Lord of the Rings like spin-off that they made, The Hobbit, where they took the 3 Hobbit movies and they sliced them way the fuck down into 1 hour and a half thing. Like, I feel like they could do this, and they could also slice off like probably a quarter of the episodes.
See, here's the funny thing, is that the Dean version, which is what this one is,
Right.
it technically is also followed up by a Dean rendition of UBW.
Hmm.
That one has like no issue or none of the yap issues, as far as I recall. So it'll be interesting to see how you guys think of the UBW movie as opposed to the anime and the original UBW or the Ufotable UBW
Oh, you
anime. But like, the problem is that we're 12 episodes in and we've barely gotten anywhere with it.
Yeah, we are like at this point we were like what, in the final battle?
I won't even say
Or
final
UBW?
battle, but we at least. I
What
think
was
in
UBW episode 12? Looking
UBW,
it up.
we had at least one servant death within 4 episodes, and
Yeah.
by the 12th episode, we were getting into major conflicts with all the servants. I think that was during the time Caster was trying to take Saber, and Shiro finally learned how to trace.
Yeah,
This
so are we in
time,
12 right now?
Yes, we're on.
This is the finale of season 1.
Yes,
Oh,
I
wait.
know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, go ahead.
I think by this point, Shiro had just learned how to fight for himself with Magecraft, and Saber had maybe just gotten kidnapped. I don't quite recall.
Hmm.
In UBW, Ryder had died by episode 6, I believe, by that point. And there had been a lot more confrontations going on. This one, we had what, the 5 minutes with Ryder or with Berserker, and then a random chase scene with Ryder, followed by 2 very short scuffles with Ryder that ended up with Ryder dying across 2 episodes. Like,
Right.
the pacing of storytelling is not great. And unfortunately, from what I recall, will not really get much better, which is, why most people don't, or will say not to watch the Dean version. However, I think we'll be coming upon the memes soon,
Oh, good.
which will be very hilarious. But yeah, it's currently in did not finish, but frankly speaking, I would not be remiss to put this in like D or F tier.
Hmm.
Like,
I'm gonna put
it-
top D.
well, I mean, put it in did not finish. We still haven't actually
Oh,
finished
yeah.
the damn yet, but I'm saying
put it-
as it currently stands, I would not, or like from additional knowledge, it's not great, but it sets the pace for the rest of the franchise, and the rest of the franchise does start improving. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I'm enjoying myself, but like it is slow. So, this is our list of shows. Ignore this. This is me being an idiot and forgetting to delete that image and uploading it. I mean, where would you put? So here's our. Where would you move anything here on these lists?
No.
Like, would you
I
move
think
anything around?
I think it's fine since we've had a long discussion about all of those, really.
Yeah. So, under target audience did not finish. We have the Transformers animated show, the original Fate, Stay Night, Gravity Falls, and Souls at Work, Code Black. Under
We
F
should
tier,
read this from the right to left.
yeah, the only F tier thing. Fuck, Walking with Dinosaurs, 2025. D tier, we go from Zexal Season 3, Journeyman, Zexal Season 2. C tier, we have VTuber Legend. Then we have Transformers Beast Hunters Predacons Rising, Zexal Season 1, Teen Titans. God, I'm looking at this list. Digimon Adventure Reboot, Seasons 2 and 3. Then we have Tokto P. Then we have Silverworks Season 2. And then we have Last Egg, and then that's C tier. B tier, we have Last Exile, Transformers Beast Hunters. We have your boy Kong Ming. May I ask for one final thing? And then we have friggin'
Girls Band Cry.
And then we have ReZero, Director's Cut Season 1. Then we have Season 3.
Stardust
Stardust Crusaders from JoJo, which is Season 3. Then we have Doctor Who Season 5, the first with Matt Smith. That is B tier. A tier, we have Andor, JoJo Season 2. We have Battle Tendencies. Yeah, sorry, I can't remember that because it's just long. And it's 2:30 in the morning. We have Arcane Season 2, Arcanite Season 3, Doctor Who Season 3, Bocchi the Rock, and Doctor Who Season 4. S tier, we had Transformers Prime Season 2, SpongeBob Season 2, and Season 7 of The Clone Wars is our top show of the entire year. Which, big shocker, that show with good writing, good animation be good. And also tie into other things well. Like, damn.
This is what
shows should
that
be.
ties into something else should.
Yeah, like if you're working with an existing franchise, especially one that's been around for fucking 48 years now. Like as of this year,
This is how
50
you
years
do
and
it.
2 years, which is wild. This is how you should do it. Like this is what Disney should be aiming to do every time. Like, just do this. Why are they making a fuck Grogu and Mandalorian movie? What the fuck? Who the fuck cares? I don't care. Like, we're gonna watch Mandalorian, but like, that show devolves. But season 1 is like actually good. Season 1 and 2 are goated. But yeah, this is our review of the shows for the year. If you have seen any of these shows, where would you rate them on the tier list? Do you think like maybe Taco P is actually S tier and we're wrong? Do you think that SpongeBob is trash and F tier? Put it in F tier and let us know. Like, just what do you think? What do you think about the Doctor Who
Use
seasons?
the comments and tell us your opinion.
Yeah, and tell us your favorite shows of the year and least favorite shows of the year that you've watched. But yeah, this is our final list for the shows. We're obviously gonna have more shows next year. But yeah, come back later today at 9 p.m. Pacific for so in Jesus like
Less
what,
than
19
24 hours.
Yeah, less than a day. Yeah, come back in less than a day. And we're going to review all the movies we watched this year, which we watched. How many movies did we watch? We watched... Let's
Way
see.
too many.
Hold on, I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2...
Shouldn't you be able to just
1, 2,
highlight
3.
all of the pictures you have and it will tell
Oh
you how
yeah,
many
52.
you're
We watched 52 movies, because that's a whole year. God damn, really? Holy shit. Yeah, so one a week. Though I think someone, at least one or two of us probably had a movie as our show that night, so...
That was me.
Yeah, that'll do it. I think it was you with the Pokemon movies.
No, it was me with Godzilla.
Oh yeah, to Godzilla. Yeah, we watched a lot of fucking Godzilla. We watched a lot of Godzilla, which you'll see a review on. But yeah, that would do it for us. I'm gonna go to bed.